Hello, welcome to the football. In the battle for fourth, big game, big show, and we've got some big guests. First up to my right, man, last time he was on, you dressed in a suit, a little bit more casual now. He's a good mate of ours, top man that is. Philip Morrison.
Thank you.
Top man.
Love being there.
A baller back in the day for many Premier League clubs and Republic of Ireland, of course. But some people don't know you're also a big Spurs fan, Clinton.
Massive Spurs fan. I used to ball boy at White Hart Lane when I was 14, so huge
I didn't
fan.
know that.
Yeah, because I was there as a schoolboy. I was there for 2 years. I loved it there. Some great players. Only person that went on and made it through my days when I was younger was Ledley King, but he was some player.
He was.
At 14 or 15, he was some player as well. So.
Next to you, so you've got your Tottenham hat on. Next to you,
Definitely.
Right, we need to get along, you two here, because Sam Obaseki.
It's all love. It's all love.
Sam Obaseki's a big Chelsea fan,
It's
top
all love.
man as well, by the way. He made his debut on the Football Social on Monday. It wasn't great for you, Sam, was it? With your team?
No.
Sat next to Joe, the Man United fan. Tell us what happened.
Yeah. Obviously, if you haven't seen, then I don't know where you've been, but yeah, he got in my face. But it's all right. Today's going to be a better day. I'm feeling confident.
How do you both see the game going?
Well, I want Tottenham to win, but obviously we're going to look at the team in a minute.
Yeah.
He's changed the team around, so I'll probably take a draw today.
Take a draw. Would you take a draw, Sam?
No, I need a Chelsea win. Win. We need the points.
Needs a win. Both teams need the points. And, of course, we've got Dave Jackson on that. Dave, there we are. Wow. Best reaction of anyone so far. Dave, you're an Arsenal fan, so
Yes,
I'm intrigued to know what you want. A draw is the best result for Arsenal?
As long as Spurs don't win, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
If I'm being perfectly honest.
Hates on Spurs.
Yeah, the jealousy factor, is it?
No, I just hate you, mate. You know what I mean?
By the way, he looked right at me when he said that, yeah. And, of course, we've got Will Brazier looking very good today, Will. You look like you've had a little time in makeup with your hair. And...
Yeah, I've got a 60th wedding anniversary to go to, so no expense
you?
spared.
lovely.
Yeah.
You do look very well, mate. You're on Social Corner. Remind the viewers how they can get in touch.
Yeah, just to make sure my girlfriend's well, I will be wearing a shirt later. But if you want to get in touch, at Football Daily, at Soccer AM, using the hashtag #TheFootballSocial.
Love it.
Will Brazier, everyone. There we go. OK, let's get into it and see what this game means for the Premier League table. Let's have a look at how the table stands so far. We will, of course, as we always do on the social, start with the bottom. Because as tight as the top four is, the relegation battle is looking very
dangerous.
interesting. Norwich badly need a win, 18 points from 26. Worst goal difference in the entire league at -24. And then Watford and West Ham make up the bottom three, the relegation places. But only a point ahead of them are Aston Villa, and only a point ahead of Villa are Bournemouth, and only a point ahead of Bournemouth are Brighton. So all to play for. But let's have a look at the top half of the table. Liverpool been top for what seems like a lifetime. Looks very much like they're going to be lifting their first ever Premier League title as they sit 22 points clear of the current champions Man City. But this game is very big for the top four because Chelsea only a point above Spurs. And Spurs do have the better goal difference as well. And then Sheffield United, Man United, Wolves, Everton, Arsenal. You'd probably say all of those teams in the mix.
No, you're spot on. I don't know about Arsenal. No, I'm only joking. No, I'm only joking. Arsenal have got a great chance. Obviously, they got a big game against Everton. I think it's a huge game for them tomorrow. If they win that, they're definitely back in the mix. Because obviously that fifth spot's open now. But I just hope Tottenham can get in there. They've been in good form recently. But I think the injury to Son is a massive blow for Tottenham.
Let's talk about it now because we'll get into team news in a minute. But the fact that Harry Kane's already injured and Son, who can play there, but he's not an out-and-out nine, which is what we have to remember. The fact that he's injured as well, there's very limited options for Spurs up top now.
It's a huge blow. I actually went to the Aston Villa game. I was there live, and you could see the tackle from Konza. And Son got, and his arm weren't right. And for the whole half, I was like, he's not running properly, he's protecting it. You knew something was wrong. Credit to Son, he carried on playing and managed to score the winner. Not many players in that team could have scored that winning goal against Aston Villa.
As a player, though, you've had injuries throughout your career. Were you surprised that he did carry on? Or was that adrenaline getting him through? Because I've seen images, there's an angle of the winning goal where he's really going crazy because he scored. It was an epic game. Everyone's jumping on him. How do you explain how he managed to play on with a broken arm, bearing in mind he's out potentially for the whole season now?
He is playing on adrenaline, but also his son. He's a work guy. He's one of the best players. So underrated. I think people are starting to appreciate him now. This season, but for me, he's one of the best players in the Premier League. But adrenaline, and when you go through, you only want Son in that position. I'm not being disrespectful to any of the other Tottenham players that are out there, but he was the only one most likely to score on the day, and I thought it was a fantastic finish because Pepe Reina was in great form that day.
He had a good game, didn't he? It was a big win for Tottenham that in the 94th minute. I imagine Will Brazier was happy about that as well with his Birmingham City hat on.
Just impartial when it comes to those games, but I was absolutely buzzing.
Let's have a look at the team news then. So the team news is in. Start off with the home team. This is the Chelsea lineup. I'm going to come straight to you, Sam Bosecki. This is the interesting lineup, shall we say. Obviously strong. Chelsea got a strong squad. Caballero starts. Back three, Aspilicueta, Christensen and Rudiger. And then James, who looks a phenomenal talent, by the way. Jorginho, Kovacic, Alonso. And then Frank Lampard going with Barkley, Mount and Giroud. I was listening to his press conference yesterday saying that Tammy Abraham is back to fitness, but he's about 70%. So he said that he's had an interesting decision to make in this match. He's decided not to use him. So that's 4 changes, Sam, to the side that lost 2-0 to Man United on Monday. Barkley, Mount, Giroud and Alonso in. Pedro, Batshuayi, Conte, who's injured, and Willian out. Your initial thoughts on that lineup?
I'm secretly confident, you know. I like Aspilicueta when he plays centre-back. It gives James more room to get up. Also, Alonso's better when there's 3 at the back. And the game that we played against you guys before when we beat you.
You did.
We played 3 at the back as well. So, obviously, I don't know about Barkley. I do think that Willian should be in because the last game he played really well against you lot. And he understands what the ties mean. But maybe in training he was doing something a bit special and Lampard went with him.
Yeah, Willian does play well in a lot of games against Spurs, actually. And Chelsea did play with that back 3 and did win quite convincingly 2-0 at Spurs. So let's have a look at Tottenham's lineup. And again, interesting lineup from Jose Mourinho. 4 changes to the Spurs team that won at Aston Villa. Vertonghen, Lo Celso and Ndombele and Tanganga all start in place of Aurier, Dyer, Ali and the injured Son. So again, it's a back 3, Clinton. Both teams going with the back 3, Lloris in goal, Sanchez out of field, Vertonghen, Tanganga, who's impressed this season since making his debut. Looks like they'll occupy midfield 3 and Ndombele, Lo Celso, Winks. You'd imagine Winks would be the most offensive of the 3. Davis playing as a left wing back with Moura and Bergwijn, so sort of playing with inverted strikers, or they'll mix it up. How do you see that dynamic working? Because they haven't played this system yet, have they, Spurs, with that personnel?
No, that just goes to show me where you got to realise the first game, Chelsea dominated playing that 3 at the back. He just matched it, Jose, and what he's going to do is going to be counter-attacking football with Moura and Bergwijn, trying to cause them problems on the break with their pace. And I can see bringing in Tanganga is a great shout because Serge Aurier is good going that way, but he doesn't like to defend.
And interesting, Tanganga got his debut, I believe, against Liverpool, and people said, "Oh, that's a tough game to throw him into." But he seems to thrive on playing in those big games. He had a good game that game.
He done well against Mane. Listen, Mane's one of the best players in the world at this precise moment, but he did ever so well. I like him. I like him a lot. I think he should be a regular in the team.
Do you?
Because I don't mind Serge Aurier going forward, but you, as a right back, your first thought is to defend, not to get forward. You've got to deal with defend and then start getting forward. He leaves big gaps in there. I was watching against Aston Villa where Jack Grealish was picking up little pockets. Aurier was getting forward and Toby Alderweireld had to come out of position. And it was a difficult game for Alderweireld. And he had a bad game and I was kind of blaming Alderweireld, but really I think it was Serge Aurier. He gets forward too much and he doesn't cover around enough.
Dave, looking at the teams on paper, neutral perspective, which team do you think is stronger on paper?
I think I would say Chelsea, and not just because of the Spurs. But I can't see where Spurs' goals are going to come from.
Which is an issue, bearing in mind Son and Kane are potentially out for the whole season.
It's for both teams though. There's a lot of defensive players on the pitch, really. I'm glad to see Giroud back because I think I've always kind of like rated him. I think he should have been on the pitch a lot sooner against Man United. I think they probably would have got in the game a lot quicker. I think this game's we won or lost in the midfield area. It's basically five against 5.
Sorry to interrupt. You don't realise how important Kane and Son are. It's like Liverpool losing Salah and Mane. Come on, it's so crucial.
At the same time
as well.
And they've scored something like, I was reading a stat, I think it's like 48% of Tottenham's Premier League goals have been scored by Kane and Son together, which is, you take half the goals almost out of your team. And a lot was said in both press conferences. This was what Jose Mourinho had to say when he was asked if this would be a special time going back to Stamford Bridge.
No, not special. One more game. Every time I played against my previous clubs, I belonged 200% to my club, and that's it. The only different thing would be, in the end of the game, I can walk from the stadium to my house. But even that, I will not take advantage of that because I will come back with my players.
Straight away, he's always box office, isn't he, in a press conference? Would it be special? No. Do you believe him, Clinton?
Only a little bit, I do believe him, only slightly. But no, it will be special. What he won at Chelsea, he was a legend there. He still talks about he don't live too far around the corner. You always see him going for walks not far from Stamford Bridge. He's a good man. I met him last weekend for the first time talking.
And what was your initial
after the
reaction
Aston Villa game? Brilliant. Guess what he said to me? Oi, I remember you. That was his. He said, "Oi, I remember you," and I was like, "What? How do you remember me? You scoring against my team?" So that made my day. I said, I need a picture against you." So I thought, what a guy, and he was a great guy. We were talking football for 5-10 minutes. He don't have to do that with me. No. So he's a really good manager, and I hope he has great success at Tottenham.
Love that story, Clint. Yeah. Frank Lampard was also talking. He was talking about the pressure at Chelsea at the moment. Here's what he had to say.
I always feel it because this is top sport, and if we were in Liverpool's position, I'd still feel the pressure, because any manager worth their salts, any player worth their salts should want to do the next thing, not rely on last week. It's always about what you do next. So I thrived on it as a player, I thrived on it as a manager. I've enjoyed this week. I've enjoyed it. We lost against Manchester United. I hated the fact that we lost against Manchester United. It was a difficult night's sleep after that. But waking up the next day, I thought this is a great challenge for us. It's not that we are playing where we're struggling to find ways to create chances. Of course we're conceding when we don't want to, and a lot of those are individual mistakes. But there's a lot of stuff that I can see there that is a work in progress. And I knew that at the start of the season. I knew that. Everyone was probably writing us off for top 4. When we played well, I was the one trying to temper it and say we've still got a long way to go when we won 7 on the trot. And I feel no differently now. It's a process, and that pressure's always there.
Sam, thoughts on that? He said he was gutted with the result against Man United. Do you think, looking at Lampard's demeanour, because he seemed to be very happy early on, everyone was praising the start that Chelsea had. Do you think that there is a bit more pressure building at Chelsea now with the recent results?
I don't think it's more pressure. I feel like people are putting more pressure just because we've done well at the beginning of the season. But he was a top player and he wants to be a top manager. So, of course, he's going to put that pressure on himself anyway. So I don't think it's added that much. Obviously, they're going to ask the questions to get him kind of riled up, but I think he's used to this, man. I think the players just need to kind of transfer his energy on the pitch as well, because that's all he can do.
Yeah, he speaks a lot, doesn't he, about saying how well Chelsea played in games but need to be more clinical. It's interesting. We've seen you start Abraham, Batshuayi, Giroud. It's like that's a really key point for Chelsea. Their strikers are going to have to be on form if they're going to get all 3 points today. Before we start, we are moments away from kick-off. 3 minutes to be, in fact. Let's have a reminder of the options to choose from. Bergwijn to score and Spurs to win in 90 minutes. That was 9-1. You can get 10-1 on that. Giroud to score a header. He's right up there in Premier League history in terms of headed goals. Scored so many headers down the year. You could have got 5s for that. You're now 6-1. And wait for this one, Will Brazier. Mount to score from outside the penalty area was 12-1. Pause. It's now 14-1. There we go. Don't forget, you must be 18 plus. Full terms and conditions apply. Please gamble responsibly. There we go. Will, should we go to Social Corner?
Yes,
and get questions.
Yes, we've got a question which should be appearing on the screen now from the Canadian Blue. I won't do the accent. He says, "Hey guys, just did it here from Canada. My question is, will the signing of Hakim Ziyech mean the end of Pedro and Willian?" Sam, what do you think?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Both of them gone?
Yeah, I think they've come to the end of their careers at Chelsea. I think they've even had like a year extra.
Right.
I think the ban kind of stopped them moving out.
Yeah.
And with Ziyech signing so early, I think we're kind of trying to prep for next season already.
Okay.
So I think those are the players that are going to leave. I don't know Willian, because he's
had a good season.
Yeah, he's had a good season, and he came out and said that he's been trying to be. He's trying to stay in London. He's comfortable. His family is set in London. So I think I can see him staying. But Pedro, I think he's.
Do you not think as well that even if Willian's not going to start games for you, I think you're right.
He's a good
Frank's
energy to have
looking
around.
for the future. Like he's still a very good squad player, isn't he? I think he's still got. You could still have him in your squad for another year, surely.
Yeah,
big wages, though, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it's a factor. Ziyech, I've got to say, I was at both legs of the Ajax-Spurs game.
Oh, were you?
I was, yeah. Great times. And if you look at the Ajax team, though, now, where they've gone on to, you know, De Ligt, De Jong, Ziyech.
Yes.
Ziyech was the most consistent over the 2 legs. Now, that's only 1 tie. Fantastic, and, of course, the other players played their part in a fantastic campaign. But he, on his day, incredible. Do you think that's
I saw him playing
a good signing
against Chelsea? Yeah, he ripped them up, to be fair. He's got some ability. But I do believe Willian will stay, but I think it's the end for Pedro. I totally agree. I think Willian, they might stay, keep him for a bit of experience. But I think they'll sign another winger. I think Chelsea will go bigger.
Yeah, Sancho.
Yeah, that's who they want.
Sancho's not going to be cheap, you think. The game has kicked off. Right, we've started.
Come on, boys.
Chelsea have lost.
Come on,
Come on, Clinters. Tottenham against Chelsea. Come on, the Spurs.
Come on,
Aston,
Dave.
we've got it like has
I wanna
kicked
hear-
off.
Come on, you Spurs. Come on, Dave.
A few stats to give you.
mate.
Chelsea have lost 7 home games in all competitions this season. They lost more at Stamford Bridge in a single campaign. Back in 1985-86, that was 8. So a lot of home games Chelsea have lost this season. However, Spurs have won just one of the last 33 away games against Chelsea. So interesting to see how this one develops. Chelsea favourites to win today with Sky Bet at 4-3 on. Spurs are 7-2 to win, and it is 5-2 for the draw. Once again, don't forget it must be 18 plus. Full terms and conditions apply. Well, let's go to social. Remind us how we can get involved in the show again.
Yeah, it's Get in touch at Football Daily, at SoccerAM, using the hashtag TFS. Lots of questions coming in thick and fast. The stream is in front of me, so I will ask the best ones. And here is one from Joe Salah. Could be related to Mo, we don't know. What do you think of Chelsea's long-term goal is with Frank every season? Will they just be pushing for top 4? Ties into another question as well, Clinton. Out of these two sides, who do you think's best positioned for that 4th, maybe 5th place for the Champions League?
At the moment?
Yeah.
See, I don't think there's a lot between the two teams.
I'd agree with
I don't
that.
think there's
Very little, innit?
very little. If Tottenham had Kane and Son, I'd say it was Tottenham, most definitely. But looking at it now, because I don't think Chelsea, I think Chelsea only have Tammy Abraham. They need more goals in their team.
But
and they're struggling goalkeeper.
Do you think there's a chance Kane and or Son will be back sooner than we think? Because we've seen this with Kane a lot, that his recovery tends to be quicker.
I think Kane might take a bit more time because of that hamstring injury. You have to be careful. And he wants to be fit for the Euros. I think Son will be back before the end of the season. I think he'll be back in three weeks.
Can you play with him?
You can. I think the cast, I think you can get... you have to get, like, not the hard... You know he's got the hard one, a soft one.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of players that you remember. I think back to Cantona's days, his famous free kick against Arsenal with the cast. Jamie Vardy in the Champions League when he had the cast in the Premier League winning year. You know,
Is that just not Jose's mind games? Like when it's going bad for him, he likes to escalate the. He was saying he wanted the 1st of July already the other day, and there's still a chance he can get 4th position.
I think even as it's hard to say this without sounding biased with our Spurs hat on from Clinton and my perspective, but I think the injuries that Tottenham have this season have been. I mean,
yes,
I can't think of a team that have had worse injuries to key players. I mean, Kane and Son, 48% of goals this season are out. Sissoko's been out for long periods. They've also had a lot of little injuries to other players for periods of time as well. Like Lo Celso was out for a few months. Ndombele has been out for months. Ryan Sessegnon made his debut so late into arriving because he's been injured. They've had Lloris was out for months as well. Tottenham have been decimated by injuries this season. I think that's massively affected their season. It's testament to how well they've done, the fact that they're still in the hunt for Champions League. Would you agree with that?
I totally agree with you. I think when Tottenham get all their players back fit and they sign 2 or 3, maybe even more in the summer, they'll be a force to be reckoned with. Definitely under Jose Mourinho. There's too much clapping there from these.
Nice bit of play from Giroud there.
You know what makes me laugh? There's only one Chelsea fan in the building.
I know.
Chelsea.
Come on,
Free
Goodness me!
foul on Ndombele.
Good walk for that.
But you know the fact that you lot are saying that obviously Spurs have had injuries. A lot of the teams that are fighting for top 4 have had injuries. We have like 4 of our main players injured as well. United have Pogba.
Tammy Abraham, you've had injured. Man United have also had Marcus Rashford for ages.
Exactly.
City Laporte. I mean, that's like their Virgil van Dijk, isn't it?
That's what stopped them winning. That's what stopped them challenging for the title. Laporte, you see.
I think the thing from Tottenham's perspective is the fact they didn't invest in another striker. When Kane's injury was on January the 1st day of the transfer, and they had the whole month to plan.
I'd like to talk. I'd like to talk about that. What do you do? What do you do as a football club? Do you sign another striker? Because no other striker is going to want to come to your club and when Kane comes back, sit on the bench. But why can't you play both of them? Everyone always keeps having this discussion. Can you not play 2 strikers
Exactly.
together?
I mean, don't forget Spurs were linked with Dybala. Who can play? He can play in a variety of positions, attacking. But you're not telling me that he wouldn't.
Well played.
They would have found a system to fit him and Kane.
Definitely.
Who's that?
Go on, Mora. Go. Use your pace. He
Mora on the
stay
ball.
with you.
Mora running at Chelsea.
Good challenge, Aspie.
It's a foul.
Sam, do you think this will be we've seen some very feisty, competitive, physical games between
Chelsea,
the teams. I think back to the Monday Night Football match particularly. That was the 2-2 game. That was behind the goal. Brilliant. Do you think we'll see something like that today?
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot on the line, man. And already, the way it started already, Chelsea are up for it. Spurs look like they're keen, so it should be fiery, man.
New ball as well. Don't know where I stand on that at the moment.
A player that I have been very impressed with is Lo Celso since we've signed him. I think he has so much potential if he's given game time. And I think he should almost be deployed as a box-to-box player rather than you're sitting or you're as a number 10. I think he should have that freedom. That's where
because he can run with the ball, can't he?
Exactly.
I'll be like, I saw him in the week. He went on a great
Eriksen in terms of how he can pick a pass.
Definitely. The left-footed players look much more elegant than right-footed players. And Harry Winks can do that. Yeah, I do. I think that's always been said before. The left-footers, they just look elegant when they're pinging a pass across the pitch. It just looks
more elegant. I never thought of that.
It looks more smooth. Where right foot, well, not all right footers, because Kevin De Bruyne makes it look easy with any foot.
Yeah. Great point here from Lemon Trader. He says, I love how they say Kane and Son would make them beat us, but it didn't in December.
Exactly. That's the realist. Everyone talking about these injuries now.
Great point.
We didn't say it.
Lemon Trader.
Shout out Lemon Trader.
Why are you going to shout out Lemon Trader? Because that's not what we said.
I don't think
but you kind of was coming on that angle.
No, we weren't talking about this. We were talking about the season.
Said in the top four, I don't think he referenced we'd win today with Kane and Son. I think to be fair to him, he said
top four.
Top four.
Can you please listen properly?
Not having that. Not having that.
Not having it. VAR. No.
VAR.
Was a good point though if I did say that, but I didn't.
What do you think about the goalkeeper, Sam? Do you reckon he should have gone back to Kepa, or I don't think he could have done much against with the two main goals.
He's played all right,
surely
man.
he spent that much money.
Good question.
He's paid.
I thought that was going on then. I was like, have I just
Good
scored?
point, Dave Jackson.
Good point, Dave Jackson.
No, I think he trusts me, man. And also, Kepa, his confidence was low. There's not really been a reason to take Caballero out as well, so just keep it the way it is, man. Keep it the way it is.
So we are approaching the 7th minute, no goals yet. Both teams playing with a back three. Let us know what you think on the stream as well about the teams, not just starting lineup, but the formation they're both playing. I suppose we haven't touched on it, but Dele Alli not starting. A lot of people just looking on social media, that seems to be the surprise exclusion from a Tottenham perspective. A lot of people talking about that.
Well played, Giroud.
Were you surprised, Clinton, with that?
Oh, no.
Or not? The Chelsea on the ball. Oh, cut out Rudiger.
So quick, Rudiger. Anyone else but Rudiger?
I feel that the first goal is going to be so important today.
Yeah, it will be.
Everything's going to be so congested in that midfield area. So whoever takes the lead, then there's going to be more space for the other team.
It's a good point, but isn't the first goal always important in any football match?
Of course it is, but I think in this one in particular, it's even more so.
Don't let him do you like that.
Sorry. Dele Alli, were you surprised he's not starting?
Was I surprised? No, I wasn't surprised. Do you know why I wasn't surprised? Because the last 2 games, he's took him off. Well, it might have been the last 3 or 4 games. And Dele Alli, and the response they got in the midweek game in the Champions League from Odembele and Lamela coming on was brilliant, mate. I thought it kind of changed. I'm surprised Lamela's not starting today. I know he's only just coming back from injury. He'll probably feel a bit disappointed, but he's probably someone you can look to bring off. I like Lamela. He gives you all action. Sometimes he holds on to the ball too long.
Yeah.
But the player I like is Odembele. I think he's going to be a player. I watched him at Lyon, and he runs the show. He runs the show.
Yeah.
But his fitness has not been good enough this season. When I saw him last year, I thought someone like a Man City or Liverpool might sign him. So
I think they're 2 great signings Tottenham have had.
Really
the problem is that they need to be playing regular football.
Yes,
because
they do.
You know, we can't pretend that they're world class now because they haven't had a run of games.
Exactly,
but they have potential to be very good players. Will, should we take some more questions from the stream?
Yeah, moving away from Spurs and Chelsea, another team battling for that top 4 are Manchester United. And Maya wants to know, do you think United have a better chance for qualifying for the Champions League through the top 4 or Europa League? Obviously, they got a 1-1 draw away in Bruges. So United, top 4 or Europa League for Champions League?
They're probably the 5th best team in the Europa League, so probably the same kind of things they've got in the Premier League. Really.
I think they might have a chance in the Europa League, but it keeps rotating though.
You've got Aston in there, you've got Ajax,
Inter
Even
Milan,
Wolves look
Milan,
good. Don't rule out Wolves either. Wolves look really good as well. Yeah,
do you think they can win it, Clinton?
Wolves have got a great chance. Yeah,
winning it?
I do believe they could win it. Yeah, I actually do. I said it at the start of the season. I just think under Nuno, he's a brilliant manager. He's getting the best out of that group of players. Man United. You like Bruno Fernandes? What a sign! What a player! He'll be a good sign.
Corner for Tottenham, Clinton.
Yes, come on.
The corner just now was cleared. It was the first man.
He didn't miss. Yeah, good shot.
We've been so
the
bad.
Celso is over it.
We haven't done score predictions.
We haven't done score predictions. We'll do that. We'll wait for this corner.
Come on, Toby. Put it. Come on, Toby.
The Celso whipping the ball in. Oh.
That's another small one.
Oh, my days.
It was a very strange corner, that, and it was cleared straight away. Not fully cleared, though.
What is going on?
Back.
Put your foot through it.
Someone off shot. Moura with a shot. Shoot.
Yo!
Clinton, you thought that was in, didn't you?
Yeah,
Lucas
because
Moura
I just
entered the
shoot
box.
at them Chelsea goalkeepers and it might go in. It's a good save from Caballero. Really good save.
Get Save it, Caballero, from Lucas Moura. And it is punch kick. It's the first real chance of the game in the 10th minute. Tottenham. Good save from Willie Caballero.
It was a good save.
Here we go. Here's the replay, Clinton.
What
He doesn't do a lot wrong here.
He doesn't. He does well. Bergwijn and him combine really well here. You can see that's what Jose will want. Look, he shifts the ball past Rudiger. It's a good shot. Good save. It's a comfortable save for Caballero, but you expect him to save
First chance of the game falling to Tottenham.
You expect him,
Yeah.
Sloppy defending from Chelsea, though. Really
Sam,
bad.
I'm interested to know, if everyone's fit for Chelsea, who do you play in that midfield three?
Great question.
Because you've got a lot of similar players in that role. Who would you have as your starting three?
I think I'd have Kante, Kovacic, and Loftus-Cheek. You know.
Not Jorginho?
No, I feel like if we play Jorginho and Kovacic, they kind of do a similar job, but Kovacic gives a bit more going forward.
Okay.
So, and Kante can do the clearing up, and he can kind of progress the ball well as well. So
Chip in with a goal as well now.
Yeah.
Kante can't.
Big loss for you, that, Kante, today.
yeah.
It is good to see Loftus-Cheek.
Corner. Mason Mount.
Good save.
Brilliant.
The game has sprung into life. Spurs with a big chance one in. Straight down the other end a few minutes later, Mason Mount bringing a save off Hugo Lloris. What a ball this is, by the way.
That's why
happen, though.
good. That's why Alonso's so
That shouldn't
good.
happen. That shouldn't happen.
If he pulls it,
Hope Alderweireld sees that.
good
He's got
save,
matched
that, you
the
know.
runner. It is
That's
a good save.
good save. Great
He
hit
shouldn't be
from
beaten
Mason.
on his near post, though. So it is a good save from him.
It was a really good play from Mount there to get touched and then shot. Boom.
Sparkly on the edge, yeah. Come on, Rudiger.
Come on.
Okay, Olivier Giroud.
Go from this.
Giroud's head.
Go from this.
Oh, Giroud.
Giroud heading it over,
would
appealing
love
for
a
a
goal
corner,
against
but it's
Spurs, wouldn't
given as a goal kick. Heavily linked with Tottenham as well. Lots of reports that he was close to a deadline day move to Spurs.
Corner ball.
Is it claiming a corner?
Smithy.
No, he has gave it a corner. It is a corner, watch. If I'm right, I'm not usually wrong.
Clinton says it's definitely a corner. He's not usually wrong. We can confirm it is a corner.
Come on, Giroud's bounce.
Rudiger.
Ref, he's chucking him.
On to Giroud. Let's bring David here, Arsenal fan.
Come on, you're
come on,
Tottenham
Will.
today.
I'm gonna have to. First of all, Clinton, I'm a fan of content, and we need his goal. Then I'm a Clinton fan.
All right,
Do you want a question?
Before we do, as we're talking about Giroud, Dave, what is the consensus among Arsenal fans? I feel like it's split with
I think
regards
if
to
he would have
Giroud.
gone to Spurs, that would have been the end of any relationship we had.
But he went to a rival. He's at Chelsea. So
But I
why
feel
does
like
that matter?
he done everything we asked of him to do. He dropped down to like fourth choice. He wanted to play.
Yeah.
He clearly made the right decision because he went on and won the World Cup. So there's no ill feeling there. But I think if he'd then gone on to Spurs, then that kind of link.
But it is split, isn't it? I'm right, the Arsenal fans.
I think there's a whole host of players that around the era that we now look back a lot more fondly on than
The one you did.
Than we did. Yeah. I've got no bad feelings to Olivier Giroud.
Okay. No bad feelings towards Olivier Giroud. After Chelsea beat you in the Europa League, though, he was celebrating with the trophy and
He just
the
won, didn't
shot
he?
on the plane. He didn't mind that.
It's not.
He made a great choice coming over to.
Yeah, you can't. It's not nice to see because I feel like we should have won, but
Come on, please. Bang it!
Chance to Chelsea. That was either really close or it's one of them where the camera angle deceives you.
It's definitely an ooh. It's one of them ooh for the crowd.
Ross Barkley.
He never looked confident going into that shot.
The game has sprung into life, hasn't it? Last few minutes. Barkley, edge of the box, bang.
it would have taken so
Nice that.
Yeah,
Not bad.
You guys got that covered.
I don't think that's as near
them
as
going.
I don't know.
Wow.
It's completely different. Every angle we
Probably say that's
saw
the
it.
best shot I've seen all year. That.
Yeah.
How does he have space like that in the midfield? Come on.
This is where.
Close him down.
Don't have to see it.
Let's go to Will Brady then while it's still 0-0 before we await our first goal of the game.
Yes.
Social corner, what you got for us?
I mean, while it's 0-0, people still getting those score predictions in. What do we say, gents?
I'm going to go for 4-0 Chelsea.
No, be with no.
I think.
Let's start again. Do that again, Will.
Okay.
Okay. He's going to tell you the truth.
Why can't he say 4-0?
Because he's
Chance to Chelsea!
no pace.
Go finish it! Go back it!
Shot the post!
Come on! That's why you start him!
Is it not?
That's why you start him! That is why!
The first
Come on!
He should be beaten on the near pass.
Let's go! No, that's a hard strike. That's a hard strike
No,
to
he
take.
should be beaten. He's offside. He's offside.
He's not.
That is why you start him, man.
He's offside. He's offside. Offside.
No, it's his hand. You can't score with his hand, can it?
Bit hair.
No way.
I'm trying anything.
If they dare do that, I'm giving up.
This is a great goal.
Get tired.
How is Chelsea 1, Tottenham 0, Olivier Giroud.
No, if they go back
Any
to that,
danger you getting tighter, Vertonghen?
Well, they have to go back to it because he's the player that scored the goal.
Vertonghen. That's poor centre-half. Poor. Why are you turning your back?
I need to know if this is going to VAR.
Are they going? Can someone tell us what is going on?
What's going on?
Is this gone to VAR? We're still looking at replay.
They have.
We've seen this replay now. Pods celebrating. We think it is onside. Are they? They're looking at it.
Vertonghen, why are you turning your back?
It's going to VAR. They're checking the goal for a possible offside.
No. We're going to look like right.
They are checking it for VAR.
Well, show us the replay then. Come on, I want to see it. I think
they've given the goal. From what we're hearing, it looks like they've given the goal.
Given a
but
foul.
they are checking it. The screen is in the stadium saying
This is
checking
right.
offside goal.
I can't
VAR.
deal with this.
Yeah.
Come on!
Can I just say as well? Lucky Sam Obaseki, because if that had been ruled out, that would have been the viral moment of the year.
Honestly.
Because they went big on the celebration. If that had been ruled out, you would have been made to look.
I said 4-0, man. It could be right, because with the way Jan Vertonghen defended there, how can a centre-half turn his back
But
and
that's
let
why
it
you
shoot?
start
Stand stronger.
You know how much of a presence he is up there.
Is that lucky that he's onside? Was he timed that run? Because if it's 1 centimetre further forward,
you know what it is? Giroud is
Let's
slow.
get another point.
So that is
Let's get
how bad our defence is, how he's got him behind. It's not like it's great movement.
But because
he's
lucky that he is slow, because it's kept him on side.
Yeah,
Any
that's
quicker,
why.
it would have counted.
It would have been outside.
For real though.
So Giroud, because he is a bit slower.
Not rapid, but good finish.
He was onside and the goal stands, but we have to say it was a fantastic finish. It is 1-0 to
Only
Chelsea
Giroud can score them
against
type of
Spurs.
Can't
World
lie.
Cup winners,
4
Giroud,
points
isn't it?
clear now. Chelsea.
Don't worry, we'll just
Wait, there's a long way to go. You're saying 4 points clear.
Giroud's 4th career goal against Tottenham, 2 for Arsenal, 2 for Chelsea. Linked with Spurs on deadline day. Starting the game, scored.
And Frank don't even like playing him. He hasn't been playing him.
But that's
I
the
don't know
problem.
why he's not been playing.
I genuinely do not understand why we do not play Giroud. Every time we play free at the back, you're playing wing backs to get crosses in. Tammy's not as good in the air as Giroud, so why would you not play him? The last game that we had against United, as soon as he came on, the whole game changed. Like, it's so irritating, man, but he's now proving why he should be starting.
At least we got a goal.
Great goal.
How are fans reacting, Will, on the stream? Spurs, Chelsea fans, what they got to say?
Yes, goal! Giroud, goal, yes! Lots of people getting their predictions in, lots of goals, 2-1, 3-1, 3-3 draw. But yeah, people thinking there's going to be lots of goals today, Smith.
You think?
Yes.
The ball.
It's quicker, man.
Too slow.
Because Spurs got away with one with the post. You think they'd just...
I know. You
just
just
pick the
Near
man up.
post,
Yeah.
It was near post as well.
Very, very tight as well. The lines, it would have been very tight, the VAR call. But the finish, you've got to say, what a finish that was.
You weren't even looking at it.
You've been proud of that, Clint?
Yeah, that's a great finish.
Morrison-esque?
Yeah, well, I don't know if I had the technique like Giroud, but it's a really good finish.
Mate,
I did like
you
it.
scored a
He did
bicycle.
hit it. Yeah, that bicycle. It hit the shin pad, mate, but yeah.
Lonzo.
I'm nervous today, you know. Like, poor.
Come on.
Because there's no goals in our team. There's no goals, really. We needed to score the first goal.
Yeah.
We've got something to hold on to.
What did you make of the chat about Jose picking up the phone to Peter Crouch? Would you take Crouch, you know?
Crouch probably, I mean, it's a job, wouldn't he, Clint?
Yeah,
Yes.
I like Crouchy.
Ref, come on! Come on, ref!
Cheat! It's a foul.
Kicking the ball away afterwards.
Come on, Sam. Look, you'll see in a minute. There was
Kicking the ball away afterwards.
I know it. Come on,
Yellow,
look.
is that?
Have a look at it. Look, around his waist. You feel a bit of contact.
Should it be a yellow?
And they're in.
Ball back!
They're in.
Put him in!
No, he's not getting past Sanchez.
Where's he going? He does not like it on his right.
Hey.
Well done. That was a poor part. That was a half a chance for Chelsea there. Should have a bit more clinical.
Jose Mourinho and Frank Lampard both pacing around on the touchline.
What are you doing?
So this is
How
the
do
game.
you guys
Fourth
how do
throw.
you guys feel about Sanchez, though? He played really good against
Yeah,
in
sure.
midweek.
I like Sanchez.
Yeah.
The thing with Tottenham is we need to establish what I feel like you can rotate forward positions or strikers or three. I feel like defensively, all the best teams have a solid 2 or 3 that they don't change too much. Spurs change the personnel in the back line so often that
We're not good enough at the back. And
You
I
don't
agree with you. We have to have a more settled team.
Yeah.
We're not good enough.
When
When you
Spurs
keep
were at their
stopping and
best-
changing, you keep your
when
best
Spurs
back
at their
four
best, it was
or five.
Alderweireld, Vertonghen, and then it was Rose and Walker. Played every game.
But is that not like Jose's style? Do you know what I mean? He just plays to win every match, and if he's got to ruffle a few feathers, change it up every time, he's going to keep doing that.
But he's usually very solid at the back. That's what Jose teams have been built on in the past. I mean, it's Jose's Chelsea team that conceded a record low amount of goals.
15 goals in the
15
season.
goals, yeah.
No one's ever going to break that record.
Did you know he was 12 points behind Chelsea when he took the job, and now they're
just a point.
Two.
He's done a good job. You can't knock him what he's doing at the moment at Tottenham, but these are the games you need to come.
Brilliant. Oh, strong tackle.
I love that from Mount.
My days.
Chelsea see, there's an extra little. Oh!
There's a bit of zipper bound.
He's already had a yellow.
Who has?
Giroud.
Has he?
Don't be making up stats, right? Yeah, had it.
So this is a strong challenge here from Giroud. Come on, very strong challenge. Just going to look at the replay. Clinton, what do you think of this? This is Giroud on Sanchez.
That's a booking.
I didn't touch it. He makes contact with it.
I've got to be honest, when I saw that,
it's such an extreme reaction. That is not a booking.
It's definitely a foul, though, isn't it? When I saw that real time, I was amazed that they didn't give that with how strong it was.
That's what we're giving these days.
In the current game,
you know, I'm a Tottenham fan. I got to appeal for everything. So it's not started too good for us at the moment.
No, we've just started really fast. Man.
You have. You've been.
Pressing that ball.
Oh, he doesn't want that.
Pressing the ball very well.
Get on his left. Oh, thank you.
Hugo's probably got better feet.
Yes,
players. I know Edison has, definitely. Lucas Moura's playing on the left. Bergwijn's kind of playing up front. I'd change that around.
Is Parrott on the bench?
No.
Troy Parrott not on the bench.
So do you have any striker on the bench?
No, we don't. I don't understand why Parrott's not on the bench.
No.
Surely, imagine if he bagged one like that could.
He says he's not ready, didn't he, Joe?
He's only not ready.
But just turned 18, only played 2 games.
When are you ready?
You need an attacking option.
Is there a danger then,
for the last 10 minutes?
Because a lot of Spurs fans love Troy Parrott from what they've seen in other games.
I've seen a lot of him for Ireland.
And of course he's played for Ireland.
Yeah.
But is there a danger in bringing a player in too early? Can it have a detrimental effect if a player's thrown in at too young an age?
It can do, but not in this situation. Not in this situation, I don't think. Look at the young boy that was at Brighton, Connolly, and he scored 2, made his
against Spurs,
2 against Tottenham.
Yeah.
I think it's the perfect opportunity. Because it's not like he's doing well in the reserves. We'll give him a chance. You don't have another option.
Yeah.
It's almost like there's less pressure on him now.
You'd play Dave, or you put your squad.
He's been a squad.
Yeah.
You have to.
Well, hey, yellow! Give him a yellow card.
How is that a yellow card?
Get out! Well done.
How's that a yellow card? And the other one
could be a straight red.
It could be a red on Winks.
Harry Winks.
How is that a yellow card?
Because he's
through on goal.
Because he pulled him back.
He's not going to injure the player.
He got the ball and then he pulled him back.
Cynical.
No, he pulled his
Yeah, it's a yellow card on second appeal.
Oh my! I think he's tipped it.
Stay on, didn't he?
Definitely a yellow. Just
it does show that how hard it is for a ref.
Yeah, it's difficult. It is difficult.
I've seen VAR calls with 7 replays. I still don't know.
I don't know. No.
This is a chance. Olivier Giroud is absolutely run the show.
We need to weather this. We need to weather this storm because we're under
other than that one first chance.
Remember I said it.
This is the chance.
Strike!
Bang!
Oh, he's right.
I promise you,
Alonso's feeling himself.
If that goes in, I'm going home.
He's feeling himself.
If that goes in, I'm walking out.
Producer Phil, we do have an issue that Clinton Morrison has said he will go home if Chelsea score a second.
No, if that went in, that would have
my
That is unbelievable. On his week of foot as well.
Right.
I can't believe it.
He's the kid from Giovanni.
He's feeling himself. Let's keep going. Let's get another goal in this half, boys, man.
Can't lie, Chelsea been much the better team, Clinton.
I'm
23
feeling
minutes
very
in.
flat at the
Sam, you must be
moment.
very happy with how your boys have started.
Man. This is the type of energy we need in every game. But like you said, when you keep on switching it up.
7 attempts, Sam,
different.
3 on target in the first 23 minutes.
Yeah, we're feeling ourselves. I can't lie.
Why are you guys against United?
Giroud went started, isn't it?
Man United got their tactics spot on. They were hard to beat. They defended brilliantly. And
I think
and
we've
VAR helped.
Yeah, VAR, because Harry Maguire should have been sent off,
We spoke about this earlier,
What?
He'll change the game. He'll come on,
Dele
though.
will feature.
The thing is with him, right? He at least knows what this game means as well, right? He's got that bit about him, like.
And Dombele's down injured. I didn't see what happened, Clinton. Did you
He's
see
just
what
got
happened?
one in the head. Come on, mate. It's the Premier League. It's too soft now, these players. Come on.
No, real talk though, man. Just get
No. Come on.
Could be blind.
Oh, my.
No, but something like that, right? Your team's now away from home. You don't want to see that you're scared like that. You should be straight back up and go, what?
In the trenches, we need you. There's just a big game. You haven't produced it. Tottenham paid a lot of money for you. It's time to start delivering.
We spoke about Olivier Giroud earlier. We were all saying we don't know why he hasn't played more. Olivier Giroud, Sam, I'm mistaken, listen to this. Directly involved in 14 goals in his last 14 starts for Chelsea in all competitions, scoring 10 and assisting 4. Surely he gets a run of games in the Chelsea team now.
He should. Hopefully, Lamp sees his performances that, we're going to stick with him. Obviously, when Tammy comes in, it's like, like what Clinton said earlier, there's nothing wrong with having two strikers that you interchange. Like if they're both scoring goals, it depends on which game suits them better. Just play them, play Giroud. When we're up against defences like this that are strong, play them.
Out of them 14, how many against Karabakh?
What a touch.
You know what I mean? So he does play a lot.
Did you see what he just tried to do there?
Yeah, I don't.
He tried to flip-flap it in the
He's a good player, but he does the skills in the wrong area.
Yeah.
Hold on, man. Good player, but he tried to do a ridiculous skill in the middle of the pitch.
If that had worked, that would have looked mad.
He was in.
25 minutes gone. Chelsea 1, Tottenham 0. Get your comments in.
Get in touch.
To the guests on the stream.
Oh, it's a lower yellow.
Has he been booked already?
Oh, is he off?
Has he been booked already?
Referee.
He ain't been booked, has he?
Has he? No,
They're going fishing and they're catching nothing.
Sanchez is
We have
a
a laugh,
bit rash.
don't we do have a laugh.
Feeling it.
Will, any more questions?
Yeah, plenty
Well, let's
flying
get
in.
them
The
mate.
one from the Noob Master. He says, hi, guys. Very
what?
formal. Noob Master.
Oh, nice.
Can't read what it says at the end. If Sheffield United get UEFA Champions League football, I don't know why I said it like that, is it a bigger achievement than Leicester winning the title?
No, Leicester winning the league title.
Oh my days!
Oh!
Guys!
Was that you just really like the tweet or something, Sam?
No, playing dangerous.
So I didn't read out the end.
Ref.
But we'll just fill up the screen. No.
What's doing?
Anyone having that?
I think Leicester winning the Premier League is one of the greatest achievements in sporting history.
Yeah.
Listen,
you can't compare
Sheffield
that.
United finishing champions
Noob
is a
Master
great
69,
achievement, but not
Yeah,
Leicester.
you're a fan of Noob Master
Winning
69?
Leicester winning the league is the best thing ever. No one predicted that was ever going to happen.
Yeah.
You know?
Can't top that, can it? Leicester in the league.
Especially with that kind of question as well. That's the kind
Yeah,
of question we want sent in there,
Keep
don't
your
we?
questions coming.
You know?
What are you doing, Dave?
Come on!
Thanks very much, Will. What's wrong, Will?
Thanks very much, Noob Master.
Yes.
Free kick to Chelsea. This is a
smart foul.
frustrating
It's a
game.
smart foul.
Yeah, because they want it more, Chelsea, at the
That's
moment,
true.
it looks like.
That's
They're
true.
more,
Spot
they're
on.
first to everything.
So would you sack Mourinho?
Well, you're on a wind-up today. You know, I'm watching the game, like, being serious, trying to be, and he's winding
Will's
me
got
up.
an invite to a birthday party and suddenly he's different, isn't he? Yeah. Look, yeah. He's got an invite.
Oh, brilliant.
You know?
I haven't been drinking.
The Chelsea in the middle of the park.
Love that, George.
Chelsea are all
I feel
over.
like Chelsea are pressing very well today.
Oh, come on.
Oh, Mason.
Now we go. Now we
Don't foul
go.
him.
Just keep the ball. Just keep the ball. Foul, free kick. Well done. That's
That's
fun.
yellow card. He's already been booked. He's sent off.
That's cheap from the Chelsea player.
And then he goes down like
Is
he's
that not a
injured.
yellow card because it's very similar to the Winks one? We'll have to look at a replay. That is a yellow card.
He didn't even touch it.
Kovacic. It's Kovacic.
Oh, he
little
kicked
kick
it.
out there from the Celso.
Where's he been
Should he-
chatting to
Oh,
Heung-min Son?
What do you think of that, Clinton?
Listen, you know what? That's nothing. Because in the week, you don't do it with Harry Maguire. So I'm not having that.
I think they're checking that.
No, they're not checking that.
Maybe Lo Celso stamp there.
No.
Just to confirm if people aren't
You know
watching
what?
this
The hamstring-
and are confused. Let's not confuse the audience.
The hamstring was tight. The hamstring was tight, so he was just stretching.
Okay, all right, cool,
Yeah.
cool. Oh, chance!
Sanchez!
Chance for Spurs. Ball whips in. Great ball in from the Celso. And it's just inches
Recycle.
away.
Back post now.
The Tottenham
Okay.
ball's not cleared.
Oh.
Winksy, get it in, son.
Oh, that's
This is the first
Well
man.
played.
Lucky Harry Winks.
Time,
Go on,
recycle.
Barkley.
Now we
on,
go
Barkley.
again.
Get onto him. Yes!
Has he meant that?
That was mad, though.
Has Tanganga meant that?
not mean that.
Oh, my word.
They're in. Play it in.
Keeper.
Just roll it to his
Chance,
feet.
Clinton. It's a chance,
It
Clinton.
is a chance with his ability. Just roll it to Moura. He's in.
Just roll it.
Tanganga.
This game ain't over. We'll create chances.
Referee is filthy.
This is getting back. This is getting bad.
Got to get in control.
Mate.
Tanganga was like on the rock and roll there, wasn't he? He was the old. And the
Player, mate, he's a good player. He's a good player, Tanganga.
Ref, that's a foul. Question here from Sports Journo. Clinton, who do you think will be relegated from the Premier League this season?
Oh, negative.
That is very negative.
Well, 3 people literally have to go down. So.
Yeah, so I'm going to go for Norwich.
Yeah.
Sorry to say, I like Norwich, but I just don't think they've had a lot of money.
There's
Sorry, Norwich. I'm going for Norwich.
It's tough because it's very tight.
I'm trying to think who else
Bournemouth, I
is
think,
it?
will go down.
Do you?
No, I don't think Bournemouth will.
I want Bournemouth to go down, to be fair.
Straight to the point.
Wow.
Aston Villa. I think Villa got a
think Villa
chance.
go down? Yeah.
I think but the only difference with Villa is Jack Grealish. I think he's been
Good player.
unplayable this
Villa's
season.
run those.
But Villa's run's tough. West Ham.
West Ham in
West
the
Ham's
relegation
yeah,
zone
West
currently.
Ham's run is really tough as well. It's too hard to call that. If I had to, only
It's
one
very
who's
tough.
nailed on at the moment, I'd say is Norwich.
Norwich need to do something very special to stay up there.
Go on, James. Go on, James.
The points difference back.
Ref! Come on,
play.
that's the second. Shots.
That Olivier Giroud, he don't score from 25 yards. Unless it's an overhead kick.
If Aston Villa don't beat Southampton today, then they've got Leicester, Chelsea, Newcastle away, Wolves at home, Liverpool, Man United, Crystal Palace, Everton, Arsenal.
West Ham's is as tough. We've seen West Ham's next fixtures.
But they've got each other on the last day of the
Liverpool,
season.
Spurs, Arsenal. They've got some tough fixtures as
I'm
well.
I'm generally not taking him. I think David Moyes will do enough to keep them up. I think he's a really good manager.
I think he's a good manager. I just think the fixtures there at the moment is so tough.
Bournemouth's last 6 games, United, Spurs.
I think what was he doing there? I think more was delaying the run because he thought he was onside, but he would have been in. But then he probably would have been offside. So
Bournemouth's last 6 games, United, Spurs, Leicester, City, Southampton, Everton away. And they ain't exactly banging form, are they?
No.
It's always against them big teams where
yeah, sometimes you want that. You want
the
a
big
big
teams.
game.
Yeah,
Crowd
you
get up
want
for
it.
it.
Well, we love football.
Sam, do you feel like, I think we can all agree Chelsea have started much the better, deserve to be in the lead, but do you feel defensively that is where you are a bit worried? Because it doesn't look like Spurs have got opportunities there.
I'm still worried. We need another goal to just be a little bit safe, because we're not very good at set pieces.
And you have conceded quite a few goals this season.
Yeah, so, yeah, man. I'm still nervous, but we're playing well.
Spurs with everything to do so far, still 1-0.
You like Harvey Smith?
That is special! Take him on! He can't run!
Good.
Good defending.
Is this some Spurs up? Lovely bit of score. We've seen 2 or 3 great showboats and getting around, but just the final decision making has not been right for Spurs so far.
Reece James should definitely go to Euros, by the way. He's a fantastic player, man. I think so, man.
Do you know? I would agree, but then you look at the depth.
Over who?
Yeah, Trent. No. I think obviously Trent's number 1.
I'm a massive fan of his, by the way. I'm just thinking that it's an amazing area. Where
I would have Reece James over
Wan-Bissaka.
I'd have him over Wan-Bissaka.
England are blessed with so many fullbacks, aren't they? Unbelievable how many.
Even Trippier's doing it again
in
in Atletico, isn't he?
Yeah.
And obviously Gareth likes him, doesn't he?
He'll take 2
Reece James is a
He'll always take 2.
What about left back though? Because we've only got.
I definitely think that Saka should
Chilwell.
go. I think Saka should definitely go.
Do you think?
He can play anywhere along that left wing. He's been fantastic.
They won't.
Your lad.
He's brilliant.
Danny Rose will
I don't
go.
think
I'm not just saying
The reason Danny Rose will go is because he went to Newcastle to play football.
Yeah, I
Which
think
is
Danny
fair enough,
Rose will
which is
go
fair
as well
enough.
because
Yeah.
he's not a
Experience as well.
starter. I think Chilwell's a starter, so he's going as a backup. So I think Southgate will have the mindset of, if he's my second choice left back, I'll go with someone with experience rather than someone that
But then
hasn't
that's
had
the thing about Saka can play anywhere along the wing.
Yeah.
So he's an additional.
And that has worked a lot. People that are, what's the word, can play.
Oh, that is a knock!
Come on.
I'd like to at least see him get a call up for one of his friendlies.
Yeah, in March. Yeah.
Saka to see like.
I want Grealish in.
Grealish has to go.
Doesn't get a call up.
Bit feisty, Sam. We asked if there'd be a few tackles. We've seen a few tackles flying in here.
Yeah, but a lot
Wink's
of them
not
are
happy
just
with that.
going down looking for
A lot of it's not been.
fouls, man.
In midfield, it's a bit congested. I think they're winning the midfield battle at the
Yeah,
moment.
I would agree with that. Do you think that Spurs need to change their shape here, Clinton? If it stays 1-0 for a while,
Yeah, you will have
Ali
to
on the
do.
bench.
You've got
they've got
Ali, you've got Lamella.
Dyer.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's beautiful.
What big chance for Spurs. Lovely build-up play.
Good football, that is,
Mora.
That's nice.
And I think it was Aspilicueta, was it? Who just got his foot in the way. Lovely build-up between Bergwijn.
Great touch. Bergwijn's a player, you know. What
Yeah,
a
he is a
signing.
player.
What a challenge there.
Yeah, it's a good challenge. Good defending. But
Lucas with a chance. Left foot. Good challenge from
I don't
Dave.
think Lucas, when he's one-on-one, confident enough to score. He's not a natural goal scorer, is
Put
he?
your mortgage on it.
Oh, we're so
Morgan
bad
Player,
for set
it's a lot.
pieces. Man.
It is a lot.
Here we go. Chance!
It's over the bar.
Tips it over the bar. Davinson Sanchez, Spurs coming back into this game.
They are.
2 chances for Tottenham. This one straight from a corner.
can
The
see the
Celso
very
whips it
two
in.
people.
Sanchez heads it.
Not enough on it.
Well,
Kind
that
of
was quite
deflected.
slow, that,
just
isn't it?
caught that.
Deflected or something.
What's he doing?
I mean, that is dipping in, but
If you catch it, it might go back. The bar drop down.
No, I feel like he was bad position.
wasn't
Slow.
it? Got to save that though. Good save. Probably one.
Chance.
Get out!
The Celso.
Good air, Giroud.
Nice delivery.
Got to win that. Oh, not there.
no
Free
way.
kick. Red! How's that not a free kick?
Chance on a counter.
Referee.
The fastest man on the pitch, Olivier Giroud, screaming down the pitch.
Bergwijn.
Oh, hey.
Hey, Bergwijn, that's brilliant, Bergwijn.
That's good defending.
Good signing him, you know. Very good.
Yeah.
Like him a lot.
He's going to probably get a lot more game time than he
probably
thought coming into it as well because of the the injuries have...
But I like him, though. I think he will be a regular next season. Tottenham going forward next season will be a much...
Would you make of his celebration, Clinton?
Yeah.
Oh, you were here for that?
Yeah! Yes! Go on! Oh, my...
There, Clint.
It's a great ball from, I think, Toby Alderweireld and Tanganga. It's a great touch. It's not a good touch, because in the end it goes out of play. But look at the ball.
Where is the ball? What's there?
How did Alonso get beat like that?
Because Alonso...
It nearly went in, that.
His touch is a bit heavy, but the touch nearly was a brilliant touch, but was a poor touch,
to the
if
right,
that makes sense.
Caballero's not getting that.
No, he's not.
So it's a diagonal from Toby Alderweireld from about 40 yards. Tanganga's just...
Tanganga playing
caught it.
Go on.
And it's nearly gone in.
Chance.
We're in this game. We're in this game.
Don't say that, we'll have a chance.
No, don't worry. We're all right, man. Relax. We got this. Don't worry. We're in this game.
James.
He also said about 3 minutes before Olivier Giroud scored. That was in the build-up.
No, it wasn't.
We got this.
Yeah, we had. No, I didn't. I went for a draw today. I never ever said we got this. I said we got a draw today.
We've got this draw. You all right, Will?
Yeah, I can never find trousers big enough, man. Especially when you
It's got to be one of the most random comments. I can tell you, God, they are short, aren't they?
They're not
your
that
whole
short.
socks.
But like,
You can see your socks, mate.
yeah. Well, that's the style, mate.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh! Unlucky.
I'll tell you what, this
Give it-
game,
give it
last
the pen,
5
man.
minutes.
Hold on, I'm looking at that.
5 minutes.
No, don't look at
You
it.
slow down, you.
Sorry, Clint.
No fouls.
Spurs have had 2 or 3 big chances there.
They have, actually.
Got to take one of these, though, away from home against Chelsea in a derby.
Press him. I don't.
Got to take one of these chances, Tottenham. 10 minutes before half-time. Well, what you got, mate?
Got a question for Dave Jackson. Is Arteta's main priority the Europa League now this season?
Well, I think before fifth position came into play, then I would definitely say yes. But now fifth is definitely doable to get back to Champions League football. But we're still in 2 other competitions: Europa League, FA Cup. So I think we're going to have a good end to the season. I do. Arteta's at the wheel, isn't he?
Arteta's at the wheel.
Here's the contract.
Arteta's at the wheel.
He's doing well.
Yeah, he'll be a good manager for you.
He's getting his left.
Oi, have you looked at it?
What was that? Was that clearance?
He hit it.
Oh, there's his bum.
Alonso's a bit soft, isn't he?
Yeah, he gave him a strong arm, didn't he?
Feels a little bit.
He gave him the gym. Get in the gym.
Something could happen today.
Look, get off him.
Yeah, that is weights, isn't it? They say in the game, Clinton. Get on the weights.
He's both arms up though. That is kind of a foul.
Wait.
Get on the weights. Not down the gym, that happens to Clinton, doesn't it?
Like training,
If he doesn't go down the gym, that happens.
Could that happen to you, Will?
Hey?
I think you could handle that.
Yeah, I've been in.
Will would have stayed on his feet in that situation, I think.
Yeah,
Played.
I got a high centre of gravity. Just parade you out like that. Block you out there. You're
I
not.
love the fact we always give Will, the tallest person, the smallest chair. Look how little the chair looks.
Deliver! Oh!
Chance!
Don't foul. Don't foul.
Don't foul!
Panel.
That is a goal kick. Well played.
Well played though, boys.
So I feel like this game is always very open between Tottenham and Chelsea. Always.
In London derbies, always like this.
But a lot of derbies aren't. A lot of them are very cagey.
Yeah, a bit.
And you
But
play
this
not
one's
to get
always open.
Spurs, Chelsea is always,
Fiery as well.
yeah, end to end. So it is a goal kick. Another half chance for Chelsea. Been a lot. Last 10 minutes, chances for both teams here.
Good game.
Spurs slowly getting back into it, and then Chelsea pressing well. It does remain 1-0 to the home side. 38 minutes on the clock. Will, let's take a few comments.
Yes.
Let's get some questions and comments.
Lots and lots of questions coming in. Can I focus your attention down to the top of the Championship, not Birmingham City? Do you think Leeds will get promoted this season? If they did,
Brilliant, brilliant. Come on, let's do it now.
Make
it count. Make it count. Don't stop the
Great defending, Sanchez.
That's very good defending.
Very good defending, Sanchez.
Barkley, man.
Very good defending.
Well played.
Good pace. That's a foul.
No
That's
way,
a foul.
No way. If you're saying the stiff arm there.
No, that's a foul. That's a foul. He's gone past
It's the
it.
exact same thing.
that's weight.
Come on.
Chance for Chelsea. Okay, let's get into it.
there?
Sam and Clinton massively disagreeing there. Clinton says definite foul. Sam says no chance. Here's the replay. Is it a foul? Yes or no?
No chance. No chance,
Hey, come
Clinton.
on.
Right hand into his ribs.
Clinton, I really like you, and I'm a Spurs fan. But I've got to say, that's a foul. I'm
Stay
going
strong,
home.
stay
That is
strong.
not a foul. And I'm a Spurs fan. Wow.
Championship. I think Leeds.
Clever.
I do
James
think
is
Leeds. I do think Leeds will do it. I think they've had their blip. I think they'll go up.
I
think they'll go up second. Yeah.
Just a few, don't they?
Yeah, but then Fulham drew last night. Derby could have made out the ground. I think the only team that maybe can do it is Brentford. Look at 2 legends in the crowd.
And the one beneath, isn't that? What's his name?
Mancini. What's his
Is
name?
that Who's that?
Bobby Davro.
Bobby Davro, is it?
Bobby Davro, wow. So Bobby Davro is sat next to Vialli. Who's
Mancini,
Mancini, Vialli, and Bobby Davro.
Now,
Wow.
there's 3 people I like to see go south of Italy in a Mustang. That's a TV show that needs to be pitched. Bobby Davro. What's Davro doing these days, Smith? You seen him, man?
He's going to be on the social next week.
He's a huge Chelsea fan. Sam Obaseki and Bobby Davro. Get it signed. Leeds?
Just quieten down a bit, isn't it?
What is the Brentford score? Does anyone know?
I'll have a little look for you.
Moment?
Big game, that.
We can give you the update yet. Brentford score. We'll have it. We'll be looking at all the Championship results. As a fan of the league, Birmingham City fan, what are the scores, mate?
1-0 to Blackburn. See, big day for Leeds today. Go 4 clear of Fulham.
Go on, Stevie.
Come on, the bees.
Adam Armstrong.
Well played.
Steve Keane's palming on.
Steve Keane.
He's gone.
I feel like Barkley's getting a lot of the ball in this.
Yeah, but he's not really doing.
He's not,
that.
yeah.
You know what? He'll go
well
to
on
the
it.
Euros as well, won't he?
Barkley.
Do you think?
Yeah, he just always goes.
He shouldn't, though. He shouldn't.
Yeah, definitely shouldn't, but he will.
I think it will depend how fit Loftus-Cheek can get between now and
I don't even think it's them two. I think Grealish, Maddison.
No, I know, I agree, but
even Mount ahead of them.
But out of one of them, right? You can't. You know, you can take Barkley and Loftus-Cheek, right? So I'm saying, and I prefer to take.
Is Giroud quick, or is our defence slow? Because every ball over the top, you're putting serious pressure on Tottenham's defence.
He's played really well. Drew's played really well.
He has played well. I do like Giroud. I don't know why he hasn't
He's
been
a
playing
proper
for
focal
Chelsea
point,
anyway.
right?
Yeah,
You know, at the very least, you can.
And he
give him
works.
something.
Do you know what he does? The whole
Even
team
though so, he works.
sit well around him.
Yes.
So in the World Cup, right, Giroud started every game bar the first game for France. France won the World Cup. He didn't score a single goal in that competition. But France if you watch their first game without him, their front three players, they didn't have a number 9. And it didn't work for them. They put Giroud in, and everyone around them, Pogba, Griezmann, the shape it gave the team. Yeah. So it's almost like one of his big assets is what he does for the team.
Yeah.
Now you appreciate him. You appreciate him. If you're one of the superstars, you appreciate him.
Like the goal he scored. Do you think he's underrated, Giroud?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Because he doesn't score as much.
Yeah.
Can't do much more there.
But just going to replay the goal, Barkley off the post.
It's a great touch.
Great strike.
Great touch. Defensively, are you unhappy defensively?
Yeah, just because Vertonghen's turned his back. Stand strong and get it in your chest or something. That's what you're taught us, but so I'm not a defender.
Speaking of defenders, best defender you ever came up against in your career?
Oh, that's easy. Fabio Cannavaro.
Wow.
The Italian.
Ballon d'Or winner.
Yeah, see?
Wow. He texted me earlier and said, ask me who I played against.
Yeah. Of course I did. And you did. Well done. But he was a player. Yeah. Quick, strong. He had the best leap I've ever seen. Comfortable. He looked the part as well. What a player. Great player. I'd say in the Premier League, defenders, there's quite a few. John Terry was good. Rio Ferdinand, ooze quality. Yeah. Proper. Ledley King was first class, and so was.
We're just having a look at this VAR call.
He's in the goal.
It's very, very tight, by the way. The
line score with that handle. That's why.
You guys see Arsene Wenger's new proposal
yes.
for the offside?
I think it's good.
Good point. Let's talk about that.
Your body
Tell
that
me
you can
what
score
is
with, right?
Let's talk about that. It's a good point. Arsene Wenger's proposal is that he was saying that there's been a lot of marginal offside calls. Fans aren't happy that a lot of goals are not being given, and you know that it's always give the benefit of the doubt to the striker.
Yeah, they should.
That his new suggestion, I believe I'm right in thinking, is that if any part of your body that you can score a goal with is in an onside position, you will be onside. Yeah. So it massively benefits the attacking players.
I like that.
But part of your body can be offside, but if it's a part that can score with,
so if your arm's offside, you're still onside.
Yes.
Well, that is anyway. That's now anyway, isn't it?
But it's any part of your body that you can score with. If it's in an onside position, the player will be onside. Any part of it.
Yeah, I'm liking that.
Because you're a striker, aren't you? Probably.
Yeah, of course I am. But if you're a defender, you're not liking it.
No,
you want
exactly.
the rules to stay. Yeah, definitely.
But I think that goes back to the fact that now Arsenal's at the top of that, right? You know, he's someone who knows football, right? And he's someone who understands. He's been in it, you know, rather than someone who potentially hasn't. It's like it's. I
feel like that role is well suited for Arsene Wenger because one of the things that Arsene Wenger is credited for in the game is how he changed the philosophy of football with nutrition, with psychology.
Yeah.
He seems to be ahead of the time in football, so it seems like that is a good position for him to be in with regards to what's happening in the future of football. Little quiz time on the Football Social.
Go on, everybody!
Giroud is only the second player ever to score twice against Spurs for 2 different London clubs in the Premier League. The other player to do so achieved it playing for QPR and West Ham. Who is it?
Bobby Zamora.
That's a good shout.
That's a really good shout.
It's not Bobby Zamora.
Oh, there you go. I'm still in this game.
Not a bad shout, though.
Les Ferdinand.
Not Les Ferdinand.
QPR and who?
QPR and West Ham. So I repeat it, Giroud is only the second player to score twice against Spurs for 2 different London clubs in the Premier League. The other player to do so achieved it playing for both QPR and West Ham.
Trevor Sinclair.
Who is he? It is Trevor Sinclair. That is what he does.
Bingo.
Scorer of the greatest bicycle kick ever. some people
Ever,
say.
yeah.
I've got a 1.
Go on.
Who scored?
You got what?
I got a 1.
Go on.
Oh, come on, Will, come on, man. Don't be like that, Will. Come on.
Who scored the most goals in the Premier League with their weaker foot?
I like that question.
It's going to be someone who scored loads of goals.
Correct.
Omri.
Incorrect. It's a
Not
great
Drogba.
question. No,
Shearer.
no,
Lampard.
no,
Andy Cole.
no,
Jermaine.
No.
Wouldn't be Jermaine Defoe.
Stevie
Robbie
Gerrard.
Keane.
no.
He's someone who scored a lot of goals, is it?
Yeah.
Dion Dublin.
No.
Is he in that top 10?
He's probably in the top 10, yeah.
Robbie Fowler.
No, no.
Well, we said all the top 10, mate.
Top
Van
20.
Nistelrooy.
Top 20. Okay.
Aguero.
No,
Van Nistelrooy.
no,
Wow.
Dwight York.
no.
Left-footed.
I went through all these.
Right, we will pause quiz time. Get everyone to know.
No, why am I
Because the
clapping?
half-time whistle have gone in. Chelsea 1, Tottenham 0.
I'm clapping because it's a good show. I'm not clapping by this result. I think it's a
Thank
great
you,
show.
Clinton. Let's go to Sam Obaseki because he is the most happy of anyone on the sofa. Sam, just analyse that first half. Weird first half, really.
I'm happy with it, to be honest. We started with the right energy.
Yeah.
We got the goal. Should have had a few more, but defensively we've been all right. I just want another goal to kind of make it a bit safer.
It's one of those games, Chelsea fans will look at the chances they missed, Spurs will look at the chances they missed. There have been sort of bitty half chances for both teams. What have you made of the first half, Clinton?
I just
Chelsea
said
the better team?
Yeah, Chelsea have been the better team. I don't think Tottenham started. I think Tottenham have grown into the game and they've created a few chances, but Chelsea were on the front foot. The first 10 or 15 minutes, I thought they were excellent. And I think Olivier Giroud has probably been the best player on the pitch. That's the difference. They have a striker and we don't have a centre forward.
You've got the team sheet there, the substitutes bench. Who do you think Spurs will bring on? For me, Dele Alli. This game is crying out for Dele Alli.
Where does he go, though?
100% Dele Alli. And I'd
comes
even
off?
bring on
I think
Eric
he
Lamela.
substitutes one of the three. One of Ndombele, Winks and Lo Celso.
Probably
Ndombele
substitute
possibly,
Ndombele because he's
and
not
plays
fit
more
enough.
attacking.
And plays them two sitting and puts Dele Alli in that number 10.
Dele is a number 10.
Number
those two
10
sit
behind.
and you go for it.
Yeah,
Do you not
I
have
would.
Dele as a bit of a Giroud, like a number 9, like bringing in?
No.
Yeah, no, silly point. Anyway.
No, it's a good point. It's a good point, but that's not Dele Alli. I think he's a number 10. He's creative.
Got some questions.
Any point you make, Will, is a good point. Don't worry
Great
about
point,
it.
Will. Will, let's take the thoughts from people on social. We still haven't guessed this player, by the way.
Yeah, who is
honestly.
it?
Repeat it.
Give us a
joining
clue.
The stream. For people joining the stream, repeat the question.
Who scored the most goals in the Premier League with their weaker foot?
And
I feel like I know
and
this.
he
I feel
scored
like I
over.
know
Yeah,
this.
And he's scored over 100 goals in the Premier League, hasn't he?
Yes.
Crouchy.
Mats Letizia.
No.
Jermaine Defoe.
No. You'll kick yourself when you hear it.
Wayne Rooney.
Van Persie.
Correct.
Yes.
Van
His
Persie.
right foot, yeah? How many?
I don't.
What stitch-up question that is?
Well, I'm not going to get a clap for getting that right or anything.
Yeah, sorry, mate. That's it.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
All going Sam Obaseki's way. He's winning the quizzes. He's winning the game at the minute. There's no Joe Tomlinson mugging him off because the VAR came in.
Yeah, but if Tottenham do score, there will be some jokes. I was going to be a bit quiet, but I'm going to be going mad if Tottenham
I
do
wasn't
score.
that bad, though.
No,
I
I'm
wasn't
joking,
that
I'm
bad.
joking. Them two are going to be over there.
Yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look at the match stats because both teams have chances, but let's have a look who looks better on paper. So, 1-0. Only one yellow card. That was for Tottenham. I believe that's Harry Winks. Attempts-wise, though, Chelsea dominating that. 9 attempts to 3. 3 on target for Spurs is 2. Corners, Spurs edge that, and Chelsea, as the home team, dominate possession. But the one that matters is 1-0, the scoreline to Chelsea at the minute. Let's take a quick question.
Yes, lots
you,
of
Will?
questions firing in thick and fast. Get your questions in at Football Daily, at SoccerAM. I will endeavour to answer them as quick as I can. Dave, we never really picked up on Arteta, actually.
What is the priority? I think
What
the
is the priority? Is it Europa League?
No, I'd still say 5th spot and potentially even 4th is still up for grabs. So I'd think if you can win it on your own merit in the Premier League, then that has to be focused, and then it would go to the second competition.
Lovely stuff.
OK, any question? Another question? Quickly,
You want another question?
Go on,
Yeah,
let's have
fire
one
in.
quick one.
Fine and quick. Sam, what changes would you make going forward for the second half?
William Barkley.
Yeah?
Yeah, William Barkley.
Straight to the
Straight
point.
in there, very
Yeah.
OK, there we go. It is half time, so we can give you a little feature now. Have a little breather because earlier on in the week, myself
great.
and Joe caught up with Jurgen Klopp about making it pro. His journey into management. Here's what he had to say.
from the countryside, actually.
Yeah.
A village with 1,200 people living there, so there was not a lot to do, but we were like 7, 8 boys. We were the football team, we were the skiing team, we were the tennis team, we were the table tennis team. It was all of us. So that was our life, and so I started really early. I smashed the first window in our living room when I was 2 years old. My mother told me, I don't remember that.
When you were 2 years old?
Yeah, my father put a goal in our living room, and I obviously missed it. What happens from time to time. As a kid, you think about yourself, I can make it, but I'm not sure I really thought about it. The only thing is I was pretty much from the first day I touched the ball the best footballer in my village. I made the next step to the biggest club in our area, TuS Ergensing is the name, because they wanted to sign another player. Jurgen Klopp.
Okay.
Yeah, another Jurgen, so they wanted to sign him, but it was 30 kilometers from our home village. And so he didn't want to drive 4 times a week alone. So they thought, okay, who can we take as top? So they took me because... yeah, that's the truth.
Because it was a good Jurgen, or just
Yeah, take the other one as well.
How would Jurgen Klopp, the manager, describe Jurgen Klopp, the player?
Big heart. Really, I was a fighter, to be honest. I fought with myself, with everybody else. So very quick, very good header, and a good volley. I never had a really good picture of myself. I never really liked my football, to be honest. But every manager I had in my 11 years at Mainz, I played always, pretty much. I was always they found always a position for me. I started as a striker, became a 10, became a 6 for a couple of games, and became a right fullback and stayed as a right fullback for that was the most time, I think 7 years or so.
So you're predominantly used as a right fullback. You've obviously got one of the best right fullbacks in world football now in Trent Alexander-Arnold.
My game
how does Jurgen Klopp right back compared to Trent the right back? Would you play over him?
I would have loved his crosses. Right. Because then I would have been a good striker. With his crosses, I would have been a proper striker. Yeah. But so I was completely different. I didn't get a lot of balls. I met the centre half who played with me a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
And I told him, you know that we played 300 games together and you passed the ball twice. He was playing next to me. He was always looking like me.
Who else can I pass to?
Direct. You transitioned very quickly into management. I read that you were a player on a Sunday and a manager of the same team on a Monday.
Yeah.
How did that work in the dressing room? Did the players respect you like a manager, or was it more of a friendship?
Both. My teammates was never a problem because I was an experienced player. I was 33. Right. I checked the wage bill for them, so they came to me and said, Klopp, something is wrong with my wage bill. Have a look. And I saw what they earned and thought, what the heck is... He earned 3 times as much as me. But I called the financial department of the club. I was so long there, so I know everybody, and said, come on, you have to fix that. That's not right, stuff like this. So I was kind of a respected person. They really respected me. But I was a good friend of them as well, so that's how it worked. Really, surprisingly, a lot of teams wanted to sign me in that time. So, but I didn't speak to anybody because last match day, so I didn't speak to anybody until then. So Sunday night, because I said, if not, then I leave after 18 years. Big party in Mainz, goodbye and stuff like this. So we were all we were in a good mood.
I love the way you say that. So you had a good night?
Yeah, we had a good night, really good. So I woke up next morning and watched on my phone, and it was like 15, 20 different clubs calling. And okay. So I was not really clear in that moment. I had to think about. My favorite club was always Borussia Dortmund, to be honest, because of the stadium, because of the tradition, because of the size of the club.
The fans.
But I didn't even know if they are interested. So that was not clear. I saw them then in the list. And then then they made an offer, and we spoke, and then made an offer. And the offer was funny. The offer was lesser than what I earned at Mainz. Borussia Dortmund obviously thought we get a manager from the second division. He made some offer, and we said, so we really want to come, and it's not about the money. But are you serious? Are you really serious? And then, and then I said, okay, but I earn more in Mainz. He said, I don't believe that. So my agent just, whoop, that's a contract for Mainz. And I, what? improved. Offer are good. How I said, it was really not about the money. We just wanted to go to Dortmund, to be honest. And it was the perfect decision. I've
always wondered how the negotiations were. Now, are you serious? Yeah, okay, there you go, fine. Yeah. I've learned a lot from that. I'll take that forward.
Love that.
Thank you. What, you and Jurgen Klopp friends now?
So what I love about this show is even when there's a compliment, for 1 second you get a clap and then it's back to hammering you. It was a great guy, Jurgen. I've interviewed him a few times. He's always box office. There is an extended version of that on Sky Sports Football YouTube channel. So get over to Sky Sports Football YouTube channel if you want to watch the full version. Speaking of projects, Sam, you're involved in quite a big project at the minute, and you were at Melwood as well, interviewing a Liverpool player. Tell us a bit about it.
Yeah, I was speaking to Joe Gomez, just doing a project right now on like South London footballers and how we're producing such amazing players, to be honest. And it's just good to see their kind of aspect on it, growing up playing in the cages and stuff like that, and how the younger generation can kind of make it to where they are as well.
Brilliant. So. And good luck guy, Joe, isn't he?
Yeah, he's really cool,
calm,
man.
Isn't he? The way he speaks,
Opens up quite a lot. And I was quite shocked, to be honest, because he was really honest. So I think it will be a really good piece.
And when is it out? Where can people see it?
It's coming soon.
I like that.
It's coming soon.
Football Daily?
Yeah, Football Daily.
Love that. OK, look forward to watching that. Let's get back to the game. Will, let's take your questions. Just remind the viewers, for those joining the stream, how they can get in touch and what comments you got for us, mate.
Yes, if you want to get in touch, at Football Daily, at SoccerAM, using the hashtag TFS. A lot of talk about Manchester City at the moment. How much do we think, going forward, Clinton as a former player, do you think it will work its way into the pitch in a positive or negative fashion?
Nah, it'll be positive. As a group of players, you don't worry what's happening off the field. That's up to the big boys above to deal with. As a manager, obviously the manager will worry about it because you want Champions League football and you want to play it. But I don't think they'll get a 2-year ban. I think it'll get reduced to a year ban. And it's good that Pep Guardiola has come out and said he will stay there because for me, he's still one of the best managers there is in the world. And obviously players like Raheem Sterling coming out and say they're happy at Man City. So it's good because you do. Brenner, for me, probably one of the best midfielders in the world at the moment. Yeah. You want to see him in the Premier League. So,
would you not like to see him in League Two, just for a bit of fun?
Yeah, going away to Grimsby. Yeah, that'd be good. Grimsby away against Ian Holloway's team.
Tough place to go, isn't it?
Yeah, hard place to go.
It would be good to see if, like, the pitches and stuff, it had an adverse effect on him. It's like,
I just think with him, he can play on any pitch.
Top player.
His touch is that good. Vision's brilliant as well.
OK, second half, we looked about the changes. Let's get a neutral's perspective. We've heard from Sam and Clinton about what they would do.
That's not neutral, though, is it?
No, he's not really neutral, is he?
Neutral perspective.
Go on. But I think without being biased.
I think Spurs is to get Dele Alli on. I think he's the only player looking at their reserves who can actually unlock a defence.
Yeah.
And I think from Chelsea's point of view, they're actually playing quite well. They're moving the ball very quick. If they get that second half chance, they've got to take it, and I think the game will be done.
Yeah, it's been a poor performance from Spurs, really.
Yeah. Was that nice and neutral? Was that fair
nice.
balance?
Very good, Dave. Very good.
That was
very good.
It's not been the best performance, but we're still in it. It's only 1-0. Chelsea could have been out of sight. They dominated the first half. We only created a few half chances. We ain't going to play that bad in the second half. So hopefully we get a response. If we get the next goal, I'll take a draw.
Yeah, and speaking of goals, we can give you some more price boosts, courtesy of our friends at Sky Bet. Going into the second half, here we go. Giroud to score a brace. Already got one, of course. Was 9-4, now 11-4. Bergwijn to score the second goal was 7-1, is now 8-1. Mason Mount to score from outside the penalty area. You could have got 20-1, but you can now get 25-1 on that one. Thank you. And Jorginho to score a penalty was 7-1. Will Brazier is now 8-1. Don't forget you must be 18 plus. Full terms and conditions apply.
Yeah? Them two are so they're jokers, aren't they?
This is Dave's 50-second show.
50-second show.
Is it actually?
50 seconds.
Genuinely.
Mental, isn't it?
I didn't want to get you anything, but we've got you nothing. Just a little one there.
Dave's favourite moments from your 52 shows?
When I lobbed the packet of crisps. No. Either that or when...
Genuinely, that was assault. Assault winning a packet of crisps under my head.
Or either that or when England won penalty shootout with Emil Heskey. That was a proper,
one of the strangest moments when Chris Hamill jumped on Emil Heskey's back.
And he went, get off. Bro.
Yeah.
I rate it. It was a bit strange because like the moment had happened and then he did it.
Yeah.
So it was like, because we hugged Heskey.
Yeah.
And he had a moment.
It was a good moment,
in the
that.
moment. And then Hemel jumped on it after. And he was like, what's going on? Like,
The big man's all right, though.
Yeah, he's
Great guest.
Yeah,
We are looking at scenes now. Chelsea fans chatting in the tunnel. Alonso and Giroud having words. Good first half from Olivier Giroud, causing Tottenham. The team was linked with on deadline day, of course, a lot of problems. It's still 1-0. We'll, of course, let you know if there is going to be any substitutions. Jose Mourinho taking his seat. Thoughts on Jose Mourinho's new haircut?
I like it, man.
Do you like it?
Serious. He looks
like
serious
it, yeah?
now. Yeah.
I like now it's
Like one of those where he's cutting it, it just slips.
Yeah.
You're like, I just better go for a number one all over.
I feel like Jose's happier though, like just in general. Like even when,
Spurs?
yeah. I think he's just enjoying
Do you think
the
it's
journey.
like demeanour? It's happier than he was at Man United?
Yeah, 100%.
fair, it can't be easy. Like if you live in another hotel and stuff, whereas now he's living at home, right?
I think that's a factor, mate. In fact, it's a London club, and his family is settled. And he spoke previously about the fact that he lives in London, and he enjoys living there.
He didn't need to live in that hotel though. He was at United for 2.5 years. Like,
He moved down to London.
I've lived in London for a year and a half, and I got a flat. And
How
let me
did
tell
you
you, it
find
weren't
it?
that nice.
How do you find the transition?
What, to London to Manchester?
Yeah.
I tell you what, if he was coming from London to Manchester with the money he's got, the property he could have bought would have been unreal.
I think he knew that he wasn't staying there for long.
Yeah, you think that?
Rent, just rent. Non-committal. Get a 6-month lease, maybe extend it. Rolling contract. That's what I'd have
Like
done.
a break clause.
Oh, I always get a break clause, people. Right, Will, any other questions before the second half starts?
Yeah, what's your favourite type of mortgage? No. Do you think, with the result as it is, do you think Mourinho will regret benching Dele Alli?
Oh, Will.
That one tickled me still. Start again.
Do you think Jose Mourinho will regret benching Dele Alli? 45 minutes in, 1-0 down.
He can still bring him on.
You still bring him on and make a difference.
This is Dele
Maybe
Alli.
that question needs to come at the end of the
Second
game.
half started. Come on, Clinton.
Come on, you Spurs!
Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Charles for Chelsea! Come on, Clinton.
Well
Scrappy
played.
start again. Very scrappy start in possession. Tottenham need to get the ball down and start playing.
On him.
Ben Davies back to fitness. Good to see, Clinton.
Yeah, it is good to see. It is really good. Obviously, losing Danny Rose, you need him fit. I like Sessegnon though. I want Sessegnon.
Yeah, why has he not been playing? Has he been injured?
Not really.
Well, he has at the start, hasn't he?
Start of the
Then he's
season,
come back into.
But he's a wing back. I don't think he's a
as well,
fullback.
Sam. He's played in a lot of different positions, hasn't he? Oh, I thought that was. He's played as a left back. He's played midfield. I think he needs. I think Ryan Sessegnon needs to establish where his best position is.
Yeah, I agree.
He was even asked in one of his interviews if he could play up top Sessegnon. It's like.
No.
He can play those positions.
He
but
can
I
do,
don't
I
think
agree.
He can play left back one game and then striker the next
game, no.
As a young player.
She keep getting moved around. You can't nail down a position.
Did you play anywhere else apart from striking?
No, I just wanted to score goals.
Always
That's all I did.
out and out striker.
Yeah, score goals. No one. Yeah, you just want to score goals. It's so difficult. It's not. It is difficult. It's not difficult for me scoring goals, but it is difficult scoring goals if you know what I mean.
I know.
But I always wanted to be a centre forward. You always want to be the guy, the glory person who gets. He's the hero at the end of the game. That's all I used to think about when I was younger. It's like asking me to go and play right back. It's so difficult. Too much running up and down.
I started up top and then I finished at right back.
Did you?
Did you?
I wasn't a great goal scorer.
I was that bad, I ended up in goal.
Go on, James. Go on your own.
Have a dig.
Oh, come on. A bit better than that. Unlucky.
We're talking about Dele Alli. Scored 6 goals in his last 7 appearances against Chelsea. When you think about it, Dele Alli does turn up for this game,
Yeah,
doesn't
always.
he?
Yeah.
Always.
Surely
He
Jose
loves games about it.
Surely Jose thinks about that and thinks
Does that-
maybe I should.
I'm gonna
as
ask
a
you-
manager, yeah.
Does that come into account? Because some of them are 2 or 3 seasons ago. So does that
Well, maybe-
come into account at all if a player is a good, or is that just
Well, if
is
you're
that a
saying
good
two-
stat?
yeah.
Is that a fortunate stat? How do you analyse that?
Well, if you're saying 2 or 3 seasons ago, Dele Alli was unplayable 2-3 seasons ago.
Yeah.
It's not the Dele Alli that we've seen at the start of the season. He started to get into a bit of form recently, but
I
now
think Dele's
he
had an
slipped
all right
off.
season this
He's
year.
had all right. Yeah, he's under Jose, I think he's had
Yeah.
an all right season. That's why I'm a bit surprised now Jose keeps substituting him and stuff like that. I don't know if they've had a fallout or anything, but it is a bit strange,
Do you
isn't
feel
it?
like Dele falls into the category, and I'm not comparing ability to other players, but for me, from the outside, there seems to be certain players that if they have a bad game, the perception gets magnified. Paul Pogba, for instance, he has a bad game, and it gets really magnified.
Yeah, they identify a player.
Comes
They
into
just
that
basically,
category
they
of
basically
when he's not having an amazing
Yeah, they
game,
just
it's
pick on him.
amplified
Yeah,
because of how successful they were as a young player.
And it's,
What's the touch? Oh my days.
That's it.
Come on. Oh! What a goal! Come on!
This is
a great goal. This is a great goal.
Yes, my glasses fell off the list. Oh my days.
This unbelievable.
Come on.
That's a great goal.
Alonso.
That's a
Back
great
to
goal.
Mount.
Footballer.
I don't know where Tottenham.
Let's go.
I don't know where Tottenham's defence on midfield are. They've been non-existent today. But that was a great goal.
Yes, that's football. 3-0 Chelsea, in case it hadn't worked out.
Come on, where's the energy, Smithy, man?
Smith,
Come
what
on,
you
we
normally
still
do
need
in this
it.
situation if it's Davis go, can we have a zoom in, please, on Smithy's
Can we get a zoom in on Smithy, please? Come on.
That is a great touch from Mount.
Mount there, that was quality. But to take that
What a
first
finish
time,
that is.
come
wow.
on, man.
He's got that in the
Alonso.
locker, Alonso.
Baller. Yes. Let's get another, boys.
That's a great strike. That's the only place he could have put
Well,
that.
I've got to say, that is good from you.
That is
Good goal, that
great.
wasn't it?
Easy cut.
Yeah, it's devastating. Game over.
It was fantastic build-up play. It really was. Like one touch.
That's
Alonso's
Lampard's
third
happy.
Premier League goal against Tottenham.
double over Jose.
That was a great touch from Barkley as well.
Now I'd bring Dele.
Decision-making in the first half
I'd rip
but
up this
that was
three at the
quality.
back. I'd change, put a four.
Surely now he's got to
Bring
change
Dele
it.
Alli on. Now, you ain't got no time to wait 5 or 10
Let's
minutes.
get another. Punish. Punish. This is what we need.
Punish Spurs, baby.
I did fit the first goal. Half time, I thought Spurs
Tottenham needed to score first in this game to get anything out of the game.
They've got to change it soon as well because 49 minutes on the clock, 2-0 down.
I always
worrying
said when
time for
Son
Tottenham.
was injured, Tottenham's top 4 chances were gone.
Barkley!
Barkley's feeling himself. Oh my days! You see that touch?
Can we get another zoom in?
Hang on a minute, you said he shouldn't be in the England squad a minute ago. Now he's singing his
feeling
praises.
himself now.
You know
He's feeling
what?
himself now.
If I don't speak for the
Unbelievable.
rest of the show, you know why. Because it's starting to be embarrassing for Tottenham now. Don't
Start
bet.
making
This
Hey, look at Giroud. Even looked like, right. You know you had that in you.
That 4-0 shout, I'm starting to worry.
I saw it. You have to snip that one out, John Stiff.
Ah, yes. Come on.
Our viewers have no idea what you were on about there.
They all know John Stiff.
Chelsea,
Energy is Stamford
2-0.
Bridge is high right now. Come on, man. Let's get another. Let's get another. Rudiger header.
Bad
Let's
view
go.
for Spurs
Rudiger header.
here.
Let's go.
So 1-0, you're still in the game, man. But
I didn't think you were doing that bad
What
towards
a
the end.
touch.
Oh, okay.
Wow, what?
Wow.
So much
Hey, James,
space.
drill it.
Pick someone out.
Spurs need to get on this ball, need to calm it down, and need a goal soon.
Fouling coming in.
Go on.
Good
Well
defending.
Aye, Kovacic. Baller. Ref.
Pushed him in the back.
That's our ball.
Oh, that's a stamp.
He stood
That's a
on him.
stamp.
He stood on him there. Did you see that?
I saw that, mate.
you
He's
see
going
that?
to be off. He's going to be off.
I saw
He's
that.
off.
Come on, Aspie, don't do
He
that, though.
rolled over him.
Oh, what? You trying to...
Look, watch him now. Ball's dead.
Did he actually sample him?
No, it's like the other player.
Look.
Hey! That is a red. If they look at this, he's off.
This is Lo Celso.
If he looks at this, he's off.
What's he done there? He's
Kenan,
lost
what's
his
your
head.
take on
In
this?
slow-mo, he looks nuts,
in
though.
slow-mo, it looks worse than that. Obviously, he's just
Do you know what,
trying
this
to
is
go
another
for the ball.
valid point about VAR, actually, that a
when
lot
you
of
see-
decisions are being given, i.e. red cards, because it looks worse in slow
Yeah,
motion.
of course it does.
Is that a problem with VAR as well?
There's a big problem with VAR.
Oh.
Massive
It's a
problem.
career ender.
No way.
I'm surprised they're showing that.
You know what I mean? Violent
Stop showing
conduct.
that now.
I don't know. It's still on
I
screen.
saw an interview with Schmeichel the other day. He was proper getting onto VAR.
Casper.
Yeah, Kasper Schmeichel. He's proper getting onto VAR.
He's saying it
VAR
looks
saying
so
that.
much worse when you slow things
Yeah,
down.
and he said that it's just not ready. It's just not ready for football yet.
Oh, they're actually checking this for a possible red
he's
card.
left it
But
on
this
for a
is,
bit.
It's a bit
for me,
bad.
this-
The thing is, that looks really bad.
it looks bad in slow-mo.
He's going to get sent off.
Yeah.
But it's not. This isn't a
He
red card.
stamps,
for
man.
what
He
we saw.
stamps
on
on
him.
him. He stamps
There's no
saying that.
reason for him
He
to go
stamps.
into the challenge like
That's-
that.
he's
There's
off.
no
He's
reason.
off.
From that angle, that does look bad.
I'm sorry, that's got to be a red.
That is a red.
Sorry, it's got to be a red.
Smithy, he's getting off.
I think he's going to get sent off
Yeah.
because
That's
of
such
what
a
we
bad
said.
tackle, man. I
But
know
the
we're saying slow-mo.
ref's not seen that.
Look at that.
Oh my gosh!
Why did he
I
do
feel
that, though?
sick looking at that, Smithy.
That's all you man are on at Spurs.
I should be. Hey, that should be a six-game
Sam Ofaseki's
ban.
initial reaction was, "We don't do that. Get up." Was what he said in his first card.
so
Now he's
bad.
calling for a red
From
card.
that angle, it's a red card.
I actually feel
Obviously,
sick.
seeing the
Man. I actually
VAR.
feel sick looking at
I have
that.
my
Man.
Tottenham head on. That's a red card.
See, that was funny,
Yeah.
Dave, because when we
don't want
first
that
saw it,
happen.
we said-
I don't know what Lo Celso's doing.
Let's listen to what.
It was
so we can.
unnecessary though, man.
It's very unnecessary. Lo
He's got his
Celso.
back pocket. His back pocket.
Smith, to be fair, a serious point. That's good that they're showing it in like full frame rate. Do you know what I mean?
Get off your red card.
Yeah, because Clinton made the point earlier that it looks worse.
No red
in slow-mo.
card.
What? What?
Right, the decision
Not
has
even
been
a
made. It's
yellow.
gone to VAR. We're looking at it now.
No red.
No serious foul play. No
is
red card.
mental.
Now.
What is going on?
Right,
with this
let's
system?
dissect this a little bit. So the challenge was on Lo Celso. Nothing was given. It went to VAR. VAR looked at it for quite a while And they usually say to look at it for longer, that they tend to be giving a decision or reversing it. We did say it looks bad, but you also made the point that it looks worse in slow-mo.
No, but they even
wrong
sped it
decision,
up.
right decision?
No, I think it is a red card. It looked in real time play, it doesn't look. But when you slow it down like that, which they do on VAR, it is a red card.
I think Frank Lampard thinks it's a red.
Yeah, I can understand why everyone's frustrated because it is a red card.
What's the point of playing?
This is what I say to you about VAR. It's too inconsistent. It's like in the midweek where Harry Maguire does what Son does.
It's the refs though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who's looking at the screen is right next to him. He can literally...
The ref should go and have a look. Go and have a look yourself.
Do you think it influences the fact that he didn't give it originally, that they're... With something like that, they're less likely to... I know they shouldn't, but do you think that affects what...
Well, you can say that, but then...
Because at the start of the season, we saw hardly any penalties being overturned because of that.
But then you look at the Crystal Palace one, Aubameyang, they didn't do that, get that right at the start. And then obviously they overturned that. There's quite a few
There's been examples. I just wonder whether the psychology plays into the mindset at Stockley Park, that they don't want to undermine the ref by constantly giving a decision.
I agree with you. I don't think they want to undermine, because the people in Stockley Park are inexperienced compared to Michael Oliver, who's one of the best refs around. It's Oliver, isn't it?
David Coote.
Oh, he's the Stockley Park.
No, sorry, he's at Stockley Park. VAR, yeah.
He's looked out. The worrying thing for me, he's looked at that and not given a red card.
Or at least a yellow. Like, it's like that was crazy.
Oh, I'll tell you what, that was late.
Poor man.
We have to be honest, we did all look at it and we feared that it might be a red card looking at that. Let us know what you think, though, because once again, will this split opinion? I imagine it will. Was that a red? Was it not? Get involved, Will. What are people saying on the stream?
Trooper123 says it's a red card. Dante says red card. Ajite says red card. Straight red card.
It's not going out, mate.
The general consensus is it's a red card.
It's getting a bit feisty, the match now as well.
Yeah, that's what we need. A little bit of
Like
feisty.
the Mount, man. He's on to anyone.
Mason Mount and Davinson
This
Sanchez.
makes me still want to play football.
Love that little...
Kicking me out. I like that.
I want to get involved. I love it. This is what
for
football's
me,
about.
there's nothing wrong with that. I like a bit of that passion,
It's a derby. That's going to happen.
Both these players have done nothing wrong here. Mount's gone in quite strong. Davidson's pushed. That is what you like to see at a derby. Yeah. You can't stop all of that. I'm not a fan of late tackles where a player can get injured.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with a bit of... And I think sometimes if the ref stops every little incident, it can make it worse because you're making a big deal out of it. Incidentally, Frank Lampard is still not happy.
But he's
still in. The fourth official's here.
In a row, though, man. VAR is shagging Chelsea.
And for you, the Maguire one, straight red to you, Sam?
Red, because it was his other leg as well. It wasn't even the leg that was originally in the air.
And a painful area as well.
And he was right next to the screen. Just walk over, have a 5-second glance.
Another good point. So, regardless of whether we think it's a red card or not, do you at least want to see the ref look at it? Because the ref, once again, I think I'm right in saying, didn't go to the screen, did he?
I've said that all along. They do it in Europe where they go to the screen, go over and go look at the monitor. That is what it's there for. And I think players will respect you more that you've gone over and made the decision.
The RRA, the referee reviews area.
That's what I mean. Go over.
They've been advised to go and look at it. So I don't understand.
Right, OK, we've got some...
Who had tea?
I had a tea, please. Clinton, you guest first.
Yes.
There you go, Clinton.
Do you have tea, Clinton?
Yeah. Thank you.
Clinton, do you want a sandwich or wrap?
The wrap, please, mate.
Tea with milk?
That's a wrap.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
Not for the show, it's not. There's another 35 minutes left on the stream, so get your questions in.
Did you order tea?
Hot chocolate.
Chocolate?
Yeah, come on.
Wow, you went...
That's a celebratory drink, that.
Yeah, that is.
That's a good time, 2-0.
Who ordered coffee?
Or a drink you have when you're young.
yeah, when you're young.
That must be yours.
You're still young.
saying I'm not going enough.
Sam, do you think if Chelsea win this, top four is done?
It's not done, but we're in a good position, yeah. Because even Sheffield United, if this ended up as a draw, they would go into fourth. And if they got a win, they would go into fourth.
What can you imagine the story that would be? I'd quite like to see that actually.
Yeah,
they've done.
Burnley in Europa League. Champions League, sorry.
Chris Wilder's been brilliant this season.
Yeah,
absolutely.
They've been doing very
Sam,
well.
Thoughts on Spurs? How did that Spurs get back into this game then?
They need to score 2 goals to draw it, 3 goals to win.
No, hold on. You tell me what changes Spurs needs to make now.
You're a good friend of mine. I was bantering you. I am quite concerned. I think Chelsea have been the better team.
Yeah.
Spurs have had. The thing I will say is this Chelsea defence. There are chances to be had because there have been instances where they haven't cleared. You said in the first half that there's a few times they passed the ball along the back and it hasn't looked that comfortable. I do think you can get at Chelsea's back line. Yeah. But I do think they've been the better team and we need to change the way we're playing. I would sacrifice one of the midfield 3, possibly Ndombele because he's the least fittest of the three. Lo Celso's got that pass in him. I would put Dele Alli on.
So good, man.
And play in behind the two, or play him as a sort of roaming three. We need more attacking options. Do you know what? I actually think Lamella as well, the form he's in. And Lamella is always up for a derby game, isn't he? He's quite feisty like that.
So is it
so
like
I'd bring them both on.
Personnel over like formation?
I think both, mate. I'd bring Lamella and Dele Alli on. Lamella and Dele Alli on. Sorry, Will, go on.
No, I was just saying, don't you think it's because Jose's normally very quick to act, isn't he? We've seen him do half-time substitutions.
I'd sacrifice the back three, one of them. I'd take off Jan take off Jan and go to a 4.
And Ndombele and play Lamella and Ali. Oh, wow.
Hello.
Hello, Sam.
Sam, your heart was in your mouth there.
Getting a bit confident.
Sam, from a Chelsea perspective, would you like to see, if it was like 2-3-0 going into the last 20, like a little Ruben Loftus-Cheek run out?
That has to be the change if that's the position we're in. He'll get a goal as well if he comes on. He'll get a goal. Come on, man. Don't be like that.
No, you don't show no respect 3 or 4-0 and getting the injured
We're
players
playing well.
Like it's
We're playing well.
They're treating us like we're reserves.
Would you like to see Vialli and Mancini out the stands?
It's so bad.
For them to look at that,
that's naughty.
and not give anything
well.
is
I'm not
mad.
kidding. This isn't an Arsenal Spurs stuff. He stamps there.
Understood.
No, I was watching the game, so.
But that has nothing
The
to
Dudley
do
boys.
with-
The Dudley boys. One of them. Yeah, it was random. It's been a
Do you
long
want to go to
day.
WrestleMania? Huh? You want to go to WrestleMania this year?
Go on, Stevie.
That's from behind.
Come on, Red.
Brilliant challenge.
No, the first one's a foul.
Come on, Dave. Play the game. Consistency.
What do you mean? It's a great tackle.
Come from behind him there, Verguin.
Is it?
Come on, let's not.
Dave, I think we should take some questions, should we, from Will? Go on,
Wow!
Penalty! It's a penalty! Oh, I tell you what.
No, it's great defending from
Great defending.
That's why I wouldn't take him off, because he's always got this bit of brilliance like that. No, it's good defending.
Reece is so good.
Come
on, let's go.
It's good defending.
Capitalise. Oh, man.
Through his legs then.
Body again.
Hey. He's
not happy.
Who's he shouting at?
Someone's shouting at him to say, stop kicking the ball out of play, relax.
This is the replay with Ndombele and James collision in the box.
Really good defending from James. Really good defending. Good run, though. Good run.
Question here from Lewis Webb, just picking up on the old VAR debate. Do you think the refs are scared to use the screen? VAR gets a lot of stick, and it's easier for the fans to blame them instead of the referee.
100%.
You called it, Sam, didn't you? If for that one there, you said he should have looked at the screen.
Yeah, but it's just like, don't be afraid to double-check a decision, because clearly your first look wasn't good enough. There's nothing wrong with going to check it again. If he went to check that and saw it in slow motion, fast pace, he would have given something. Now he's just depending on someone speaking in his ear. That's not right, man.
Yeah, Clint, if he looked at that, it would have been a straight red card, wouldn't it?
Yeah, of course. Use the monitor's there, use it. How long does it take to walk over to the side, look at it, and make a decision? I couldn't play in this era under VAR. I'd have been sent off every week.
No, for real.
I would have.
Start smashing the screen.
You just get that home. I'd be like, ref, just please go and have a look.
Look at the screen. We can't look at it. Clinton Morrison has smashed it in anger. Spurs on the attack. They just look so short up top, don't they? The thing is, though, but what I'll say about Clinton is, people criticise him more for where he's playing. He's not playing his natural position.
No, he's not. He's probably better coming out wide.
Better coming out wide.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So he's getting criticism because he's not getting the
Lamella.
Right, Lamella, good sub. I like this. Lamella has played well. He's been unlucky with his game time this season for me. Eric Lamella is coming on. Everywhere you go, always take Lamella with you.
That was really nice.
And Ndombele is coming off.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd have took him off, Jose. I think he's growing into the game.
He can't hear you.
I know, but listen, I think it's a bad decision.
I think he knows. He needs to change.
Yeah, but why not Dele Alli then? I don't know why not a double substitution.
Yeah, but that's a message, isn't it?
Yeah, there's something happened with Ali. Surely he's gone in.
Give the ball away!
You pick the team on Friday and you're not in it and you lose your head. That could have happened, couldn't it?
Yeah, the confirmation of the substitution is on your screen very shortly, and Ndombele off, Eric Lamella on. There it is. Price boost to bring you as well. 30 God, we spoke about Olivier Giroud being good with his head. You can say that again. 30 of Olivier Giroud's 79 Premier League goals have been
headers.
Yes, thank you. It was an 11-1. He is an 11-1 price boost to score a header. Was 9-1. Don't forget, you must be 18 plus. Full terms and conditions apply. 30 of his 79 Premier League goals have been headers.
2-0 Blackburn in the Championship, away at Brentford.
Just round the corner from us.
I wanted Brentford to go up. I like them as a team, but it don't look like it's going to happen.
Adam Armstrong, 2 goals.
Leeds, West Brom, I think it will be now.
Rudiger to get the third.
Forest, you can't write Forest out, to be fair. They've got
All Blues, mate.
Chance for Chelsea. Oh!
Ref, that's a corner.
Literally was towards Giroud's head, off the back of that price boost.
Strength.
Good
Weight.
Tanganga's used his weights a few times, hasn't he?
He's been a bit silly now.
Don't foul him. Don't foul him. Look at where we are. Thank you. Thank you. Well
Great
played.
play from
Well
Christian.
played.
Both players appealing for it. Decision. Chelsea throw. Harry Winks not happy. It is a throw to Chelsea in the corner flag.
Where does Tanganga actually play?
It's a good question because he can play full-back, he can play
Oh!
centre-back.
Yeah, I think he's a centre-half, you know.
He can play either. He's been used in a few positions.
But where do you think his best position is?
I'd say centre-half.
Do you know what? I can't fairly answer that, having only seen him play a few games, Dave, to be brutally honest with you, mate.
Yeah.
You know, he looks so good on the ball, he could be a nice little CDM.
They always try to do that now, but that's not always the case.
Yeah,
CDM is such a different...
Do you think Eric Dyer's really suffered from not having
Tanganga.
How can you...
What? Sorry?
Where's Dele Alli?
I think Eric Dyer's really suffered from not having like a permanent fixed position.
He had a season last year where he had...
Chance?
referee! That is a yellow
at
card,
least.
isn't it?
Has he been booked?
He had a season last year where he had not just injuries, he had a few illnesses as well. I think he had tonsillitis, appendicitis. He had a really unlucky year where he had a lot of injuries and illnesses that kept him out of the game. He had a burst appendix. He had appendicitis, burst appendix. I think he had an injury. It was a very stop-start season in a time when we had other options there. And now, obviously, it's an area we have got quite a lot of players in, and Ndombele can play there, Winks can play there. We've got Wanyama, who's not.
I do really like Winks. He needs to go to
there's a lot of options.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Winks is on a good run of form. I think he will go.
Dyer on this. Remember Dyer against Russia in the Euros? Underrated goal,
I
that.
do remember that, yeah.
Everyone forgets about that.
Yeah, because we drew.
Yeah. Why is Toby standing over this?
Oh, imagine this.
Come on, we need this.
Draw would be good, to be fair.
It won't be good.
It'd be good. No, it won't.
Now, for me, look, Gio has to...
Why is Toby... I'm not even going to say anything before he bangs it in.
What are you going to say? Why is Gio over this, Sam was about to say?
No, Toby Alderweireld.
Hey, good defending there.
Taking a free kick when Lascelles... I don't get it. I don't know. I don't know what goes on at the training ground. Fair play. You don't know that. Lamella must put them in the top corner every day in training.
Deflected behind for a corner. Clinton, are Tottenham going to do anything from this corner?
I hope so. Yeah, they haven't done it.
Like
I'm sitting forward like they're going to do something. So let's pray.
Really bad at
I don't understand that.
Come on now! Well played.
Should have caught that.
And again.
Then you got... Who's that?
Deliver.
Winks. That's not bad. Oh, he's dropped it! Push him in!
Goal line take,
I don't know what's going on there.
No.
That's when the is so busy. He always gets involved.
No goal.
I love Aston.
I know.
Scrambling here.
65 minutes have gone and still no Dele Alli.
Used to
You cannot tell me that something
But I
has
feel
not
like
gone on there.
it's hard to put players like that in because he like.
No, but you need to. It doesn't matter. The game's 2-0 down. You need to get a goal. He's the one who can create something.
Frustrating though that when we're off our seat for a...
What's going on though? Why are we...
save?
just need a goal before
Tottenham
75. And then
Have Spurs had a shot on target?
So what I like about Lo Celso though, he's always on the ball.
He's a good player.
I like how much goes through him. They're always looking for. It's almost
Can we
like
take Jan off and go to 4 at the back?
he literally shouldn't be on the
It's a
pitch.
struggle at the moment.
It's true.
If you look to get into coaching, Clinton, you do a lot of punditry. Is it
Yeah, I've done my badges. I'm doing my A in the summer. So
Is that a dream for you to get into management?
No,
or?
I like the media. I do like the media. When the media, finishes one day, then maybe coaching. But I'm enjoying the media, and I hope it lasts for a long time.
You're very good at it, mate. Doing a lot, aren't you?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm good. I'm enjoying it.
You're
mate.
everywhere.
It's good. It is good. I am enjoying it. It's good.
Do you speak to a lot of your ex-teammates who've gone into coaching? Is it because
Yes.
I feel like for a lot of ex-players, and obviously, as you'll admit, it's a comfortable lifestyle with the times and everything, the trainings, and obviously finances involved. But coaching seems like a lot harder in terms of the hours you have to put in. A lot of ex-players I speak to just say there's so much that goes into it that now some people don't want to get in. I can't comment fairly. Is that fair?
That's what I heard from a lot of people that do the coaching. It's like 24/7. You're hardly ever at home. You'll be out of the house at 7 and you'll get home at like 9 or 10 because you're preparing for the next day's training. Never switch off, and it's total football. So it's a big commitment coaching. A lot of people say being a manager and stuff like that is easy. It's not easy. You're always planning for the next day, the next game that's coming up in advance. advance as well and stuff like that. You've got to make big decisions on players like Jose had today, not picking Dele Alli. And it is 24/7. Yeah. It is. And it's stressful. So you see a lot of people start with dark hair and then they end up going grey after about 2 weeks. Arteta's got a head full of hair at the moment. Give him another year at Arsenal, could be in trouble.
And also another part of that, I suppose, is that it's such a brutal industry now that you don't get long. I read a stat somewhere, and I don't quote me, but I think it was something like 30 or 40% of managers that get sacked in their first job from Premier League teams in the top 4 in England, top 4 leagues in England, don't get another job. Yeah, something like that. If you get sacked in your first job after 6 months. I mean, it's dreadful how I've explained that, but my point was that if you aren't successful in your first role within the first 6 months or a year, it's very hard to get another job in English football.
Also,
chance for more. Go on, just hit one. Should he have just hit one there, do you think? I feel like he should just hit one and test the keeper.
I agree with you there, but it was good play. Just bring on Dele and change the back three. You don't need it anymore.
Lamella's played all right.
Lamella's good. Right. He drives with the ball really well.
Yeah. Might as well have left Dele out the squad at this rate if he's not bringing him on.
Clinton, go on then. Give us your cut. You're doing your badges. You want Dele on. Down that camera there, straight opposite you. Very quickly, why you should bring Dele Alli on. Go on.
I just think they need to go for it. It's 2-0 down. Listen, we've got 20 minutes plus injury time left. And just sacrifice one of the centre-halves. It's not because Jan Vertonghen has had a bad game. I think you just need to bring him on. Bring Dele Alli on. He creates stuff. Instead, we've got Tammy Abraham coming on.
Yeah, Tammy Abraham is coming on for Chelsea. So Frank Lampard did say yesterday he's 70% fit. He'd have a tough decision to make as to whether or not he would start him. He didn't start him. It seems to be a good decision in the end from Frank Lampard because Giroud scored one of the 2 goals that Chelsea lead 2-0 against Spurs. Tammy Abraham never scored against Tottenham in 3 games. Why on earth am I reading that stat out? Because that is going to come back to bite me, isn't it? Probably in about 4 minutes.
We're all right. He's not scoring today. We're all right.
Missed United game with injury, of course. 13 goals, Sam, in 24 Premier League appearances this season, but scored just 2 in his last 10. I feel like he's a man that splits opinion amongst a lot of pundits and fans. As a Chelsea fan, how do you assess his season for Chelsea?
I think he's done better than expected.
Who's talking about Tammy?
Tammy Abraham.
He's overachieved massively.
Yeah, he's done better than expected. That's why there's more chat about him and people are talking about him more. Like he's done really well for his first full season in the Premier League. Like this is amazing, man.
And he's a gooner, so it's good to know.
Tammy Abraham.
This is the guy we should have got. We were linked to him in the window.
Do you also think that Giroud wanted the move?
Yeah, he
did. A lot of reports that you read was that the move didn't happen because Chelsea didn't sign a striker.
That is the reason.
But reports said that he actually was open to the move.
Yeah, he would have wanted to come to Tottenham without a shadow of doubt. He would have wanted to come. And it was only because they did not get a striker in why he managed to stay there. And that will help them because I guarantee Chelsea get Champions League because they can alternate Tammy Abraham and Olivier Giroud for certain games.
Of course, it's only reports who don't know. Only Olivier Giroud knows that they wanted that move. We don't know for definite, but he was linked on deadline day, didn't move, he stayed at Chelsea, and he has scored the goal that put them 1-0 up. Let's go to Will. Come on, mate. You got some questions?
We've actually had a bit of verification on why the VAR decision wasn't given. This is from Mark Chapman, verified source. We have asked why VAR did not give a red card for the Lo Celso incident. We have been told it wasn't a clear and obvious error because VAR didn't feel... Listen to this bit. VAR didn't feel there was anywhere else for him to put his foot.
But this was my initial point, though, that if the ref had given that as a red card, it probably would have stayed as a red. My point is, if the ref had given it as a red, it would have stayed. They've said it wasn't a clear and obvious error. To overturn it.
And the reason for that is because the VAR didn't feel there was anywhere else for him to put his foot.
Right.
What?
No, but it's the same. Say that you gave away a penalty from doing that. It's still a penalty. Yeah. It's still a foul.
I think that's a different reason, isn't it? A penalty is not necessarily a red card.
But he's saying it's not an error because he had nowhere else to put his foot.
For a red card offence. I think whether that or not was in the box, do you know what I mean? I think that'd be a separate argument.
Even at that though, he clearly stamped.
Yeah, he goes
clearly stamped, and he didn't have to put his foot down with that much aggression. His player just lost out on a challenge, and we know how it is being a footballer. When your player just loses it, you're going to go in a bit more, and he didn't get the ball in that instance, so it should be a card, man.
Subs warming up for Spurs. Eric Dyer, we can see warming up. Ruben Loftus-Cheek as well. Dele Alli in the background warming up. Willian. You'd think Dele would be the next change, surely, Clinton Morrison.
It's too late, mate.
Come on, get another goal.
3-0. It's way too late.
James, why not? You do it. Why not?
Bring a player on with that much quality and only give him that much minutes. It's strange, isn't it?
Yeah. Clint, is that not one of Jose's... For all Jose's amazing.
Yeah.
Sometimes he can be a bit persistent in sticking to like this game needs Dele Alli.
Of course it does.
Because Dele Alli's
trying out for Dele Alli.
Well done, Lamela. See, that's brilliant play. Brilliant play. That's what you want to see from a derby.
If you don't win this ball back right now.
That is brilliant. See, that's all we're asking for. A bit of commitment, winning a 70-30 tackle against you behind, cleaning the ball. Brilliant. And if Spurs get a goal from this, that is all down from that challenge from Lamela. And they've got a lot of work to do to score because there's about 8 men behind the ball. Needs a moment of magic from Spurs here. Winksy.
Magic from Winks.
Oh, it's coming back to him.
Back into him. Looking for the pen.
He was looking for the
pen.
Yeah, you're already going down, mate. Just stand on your feet.
Jose stamped his authority in the Spurs team.
Go on, Tammy. Go on, Tammy.
Oh, Tammy chasing down.
Unlucky.
See, we're dominating, but we're not creating no chances. It's easy for Chelsea. They'll just play on the counter-attack.
Yeah, it's a good spell for Spurs, but without actually creating it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all very well having the ball.
Possession, but
This is lovely.
Need a bit of magic from who's the magic man? Yeah,
Bill Merson.
yeah.
His nickname.
He'd probably do something in this Spurs team, to be fair.
More.
Well played.
Well played. Go on, Steve. Oh, scrappy, isn't it?
Go
Not been a
keeper,
classic
go
in
keeper.
terms of ability, in terms of the free-flowing passing, is it so far? But Chelsea won't care. They beat Spurs 2-0 at Tottenham before Christmas.
Good turn.
And they're
Good
currently
turn.
beating Spurs at home 2-0. What happened? It's so bitty, isn't it, in that middle? It's just like...
There's so many.
Chelsea had about 2 completed passes. Spurs had 2.
Ref!
Then Chelsea had 2.
that was a foul, it looked like.
His foul's up there.
Come on, Spurs.
Oh, come
This
on!
Arsenal.
Laura! People, that's why fans get the hump about
it doesn't
Come
stick-
on,
it doesn't
stick
stick
with
with him
you.
at all, yeah.
It's easy.
Oh, well, one back there.
It's because he's not a striker, though.
I feel like Mount's had a good game today.
Yeah, no, he's been on it.
Yeah,
He was
has.
good against Tottenham at
That's
Spurs as well, by the way.
He's been on it, man. He worked so
Watch
hard.
Tottenham, man. It frustrates me.
Reece James as well.
But it's just
I'll be screaming at the TV at home like, come on!
It's not still because it's like you're getting angry at players when they're playing in positions.
I know,
like
exactly.
It's hard.
It
like,
is difficult.
You just want them to do the job. But
Exactly, mate.
It's just not them.
The one that everyone like, Houseman.
No, but I agree with what you're saying, but any footballer in any position should play 1 and 2 touch.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I
They're
mean?
looking to replay this penalty appeal that Harry Winks had.
Oh, diver.
no.
Just looking for a
It
penalty.
was clever. He was trying to get his foot in there.
Looking at
That's
replay,
clever.
it is
Good
Rudiger and Winks,
defending.
nothing.
Very-
It's just
Should be a yellow to Winks again.
Showing that.
He got They're all on the salsa at the moment, aren't they? They want him off.
It's because he's a player that everyone wants in their team.
That would be VAR again.
For what team?
Huh?
What, for like Birmingham's team or Arsenal's team?
I think he'd take any of these.
Yeah, I think he would,
I'd
mate.
have Bellingham over the Celtic.
Well, he's a player, isn't he?
I'd take Bellingham at Tottenham.
Yeah, there you go.
For sure.
How good can he be? Will we swim link with Man United? I know that you're a big fan. You speak about him regularly. How good can he become? Do you think? Still
Just like-
very young.
The biggest one at the moment is just like he doesn't look out of place physically as a 16-year-old in the Championship, and like that's physically, mentally, ability-wise.
Yeah.
And I just think we can maybe sneak in the playoffs with him.
Do you reckon? Little playoff spot? No. Clinton, spoken about your career briefly earlier. A lot of people don't know that you're a Tottenham fan, though. When I've done shows with you before, people often say, I didn't know he was a Tottenham fan. Were you ever close to playing for Tottenham? Did a move to Tottenham ever?
No, I was there as a schoolboy.
Ever linked?
I was actually there as a schoolboy. It made me laugh. Because what did make me laugh was one of the most disappointing things in my career. At the end of the day.
I will pause this here because we have got a substitution, Sam.
To be fair, second half he's played really well.
Yeah, Ross Barkley's coming off. Who's coming on? Didn't see that.
Willian.
Okay, so it's Willian for Ross Barkley. Quick Chelsea perspective on that sub. Makes sense?
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Sorry, mate. Go back to the
This
story.
is interesting.
No, yeah, I was there as a schoolboy, and I'd been there for a couple of years, and was the chance to go and get YTS scheme, and they brought in another striker, and I knew straight away as soon as they brought in this striker that it was going to be me or him. They was like he's bigger, physical than you, so we're going to get him. And I just thought, you know what? At that precise time, I decided football wasn't for me. I was going to give up.
Really? Because you were that gutted?
Yeah, gutted, because I was at my dream
move
move to Tottenham, and I'd just been released by the football club, and I was gutted. So I said to my mum, I'm not doing this. She said, you think I've been travelling around this country with no transport, getting 5 buses to take you to White Hart Lane and stuff like that, training, for you to give up now? No chance. I said, Mum, I'm not. That's my dream's over. I can't be bothered with the football. And then she went, no one. She rang Peter Nicholas at Crystal Palace. I had a trial there, and I scored a hat-trick. And then, obviously, the rest is history.
Wow.
But in my first year, after finish at YTS, Tottenham then wanted to sign me back But I said no because then a year later I'd broke into the first team at Crystal Palace. So I decided
Even though Tottenham, you're a big Tottenham fan, that moment in your career, it was so hard to take for you mentally. You nearly gave up football.
I gave up football,
You didn't entertain a move to Tottenham because of that. You wanted to stay at Palace.
Wanted to stay at Palace,
A bit of loyalty there as well?
Yeah, it was a bit of loyalty because I felt bad. Dele's on.
Dele is on. I think it's a double sub. Dele and Serge Aurier.
And you took off Alderweireld and Bergwijn. Well done, Jose. First, I do like you, but why are you taking off Bergwijn? You need to keep as many attacking players on as possible.
Just go for that, because if we lose 3-0,
it doesn't matter.
We go for it. You know what I mean?
Chance William, bang!
Go for it.
Yeah, so that was my story, mate. Great
story.
Bit heart-wrenching to not, obviously, go back to Tottenham. But then Palace gave me that opportunity.
Decision, or did you think
about it? It wasn't easy. I thought about it because I love Tottenham. It's close to my heart. And as I said, not a lot of people knew this till about 6 or 7 months ago when I come out and told everyone that I'm a big Tottenham fan. But it's one of those things, and this is why it's hard-headed to be sitting there watching them lose like this and not performing.
We haven't asked you who the other striker was. You said Spurs put in another striker.
He didn't make it. He got released at 16. He got released at 16, 17. He didn't even go on to be a professional.
So the player they chose ahead of you
he didn't even go
have as successful career as you did?
No, he didn't.
Wow.
He didn't make it. So there you go. Listen, I'd have loved to have, even if I played one
on form!
Joe!
Oh,
how does he save that?
It's a good save, that is.
He's injured. Groin that.
But that is the kind of chance that's going to stop Tottenham from being a top striker. He has to score that. Has to score that.
Groin that. Yeah, groin.
Oh, another chance for...
Bang!
Oh, no,
See,
no.
He took off Toby, and it's just going all pear-shaped at the back.
Oh, my gosh, what a chance, Tammy Abraham.
So you're saying about Tammy, we were seeing his praise earlier,
that is the kind of chance that in order for him to be a top striker, he has to take.
We were saying this the other day, Smith on the show me and he was on, it was like, if...
Oh, come on, that is a foul!
It's not really.
That's a foul, that is a foul. That is a foul.
He's looking for it.
No, that is a foul.
Tammy, you've got to finish that, man. Unlucky, though.
You've got to finish it. Unlucky,
What he does to Jan Vertonghen, he plays it there, gives him 10 yards, he still gets the ball.
He has to score. Has to score.
Good save by Lloris.
No, don't worry, it was a hard chance, but you know what I mean? If he's going to be a top striker, he's going to be a Champions League striker, he has to
That's
score.
Danny Ings.
Harry Kane, back of the net.
Go.
Go, drive.
Lucas Jukovic, back of the net.
Back
The
of the
Duke.
net.
You've got to make up for it.
What?
Why not?
Go on.
Why not?
And go. Bang!
Score now.
Good defending that from Vertonghen.
Clint, I've got an interesting question for you. One of your former managers
Good ball.
at the moment, Steve Bruce, is at Newcastle.
How many more, ref?
What's wrong with
How's he still on the pitch, this clown? How many more is he going to have before he gets sent off?
He's been a bit filthy.
Celso, yellow
A
card.
bit filthy, I can't lie.
Oh! It's not that bad.
I mean, that's not that bad.
It's not that
How's he
bad.
giving him yellow for that and not the other one?
Exactly, you know what I mean?
It's still
That
on
is
screen, Will. If you want, I can...
Strange booking that.
I'm not here for this. It's only 12:30, isn't it? Still light outside.
So booking for
William
Giovanni
Toppins.
Lo Celso.
Imagine.
80
James
minutes.
having a go.
Imagine a 4-0 comes in
I ain't gonna lie.
with my friends from Sky Bet. That's £150.
Mason Mount outside the area from our friends at Sky Bet.
Oh, yeah, it is. It is.
It is.
Oh, I tell you what.
But he's not. Mason Mount won't take this. There's only one person
William
going to take
has
this, and you're not getting the ball off him, and that's William. He's got his hands on that ball.
He has to
when
take
when you've not played, you want to come on and make a statement, and he'll be like, I want to put this in the top corner.
Yeah.
I got a good feeling, though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You can have any feeling. As far as I'm concerned, I can't wait to the final whistle. It's been one of them days at the moment. And we just draw a blank and we go move on to the next game.
Oh, imagine
You're going to be thinking about this the whole weekend.
Of course I am. The whole weekend. It's going to ruin my weekend.
Clint, come on. Quick one. Brentford 2, Blackburn 2 now.
Oh, go on the bees!
Go on the bees.
2 and 2
So this is
minutes.
in a
Alonso might
great
take it, you know.
position.
Alonso
This is in
might
a
take it.
goal-scoring position.
This is a big chance.
He's hit the ball!
My days. Kovacic is nuts.
By the way, if that rebound had gone in,
Hey, it really
bicycle
would have been
kick
game,
off.
set and match.
yeah,
That is a great free kick.
that would have been game,
Alonso.
set, and match without a tie break because it is all Chelsea.
Stanchion as well. That's when you know it's... No, that's not the same.
Good, Mount. Good.
He's been good, man.
I think he's been man of the match. I can't
Mason Mount, yeah.
Yeah. He's played really well. Him or Giroud.
Yeah, Clint, sorry, away from...
Press.
Away from this game, Steve Bruce got a bit of a striker dilemma. He was talking about Joe Linton in the press the other day. You've worked with Steve Bruce. You scored lots of goals, but sometimes maybe you had a barren patch.
Yeah, of course.
What's he like as a manager, as a man motivator, and do you think Joe Linton can turn it around?
Well, it's only up to Joe Linton. He's the only person who can turn it around. Steve Bruce can do everything he wants, keep picking him each week, which he is doing at the moment. He's still believing in him, even when some Newcastle fans are saying maybe he should be dropped. So it's you got to keep working hard. When you get in a position like that, a situation like that as a striker, finishing every day. Even if no one don't want to do it with you, the goalkeeper, just get balls and just keep finding the back of the net, because eventually you'll get a chance that comes like that in a game, and that's where you have to be ready. But keep making them runs. That's the biggest thing I'd say, and keep getting in the box. As soon as you stop getting in the box, that's when you won't score goals again.
Because you've been on here and you've said he's one of the best,
man managers.
We've had a lot of people, haven't we, Smith, that have
one of the best.
No, we have had a lot of people, ex-pros, speak very highly of Steve Bruce. And you spoke about his son was on Soccer this morning, Alex Bruce. He, I think, fortunately, that cat was well have been a bit underappreciated. We covered it on Saturday Social as well, that we looked at the comparison between Bruce and Benitez, and Newcastle fans loved Rafa Benitez. There's not a great deal of difference between the points total under Benitez and Steve Bruce. I think the argument some Newcastle fans have, though, is that the style of play is more...
Yeah, but he's only got...
It's nice on the eye under Benitez, isn't it?
And also under... Yeah, but it's still the same group of players. It weren't like Newcastle were free-flowing and scoring loads of goals. Defensively, I think, under Steve Bruce, he's a defender, so naturally, you're going to be hard to break down. He's a defender, isn't he? But I still believe the players like St. Maximin and Almiron, they'll come good eventually, and you want Joe Linton to come good. You pay that much money.
Longstaff brothers, do you rate them?
Yeah, I rate the Longstaffs. They need to tie them down and give them long-term contracts, because I do rate them. I think they're good players. But Steve Bruce is a good manager. I think he's doing a great job at Newcastle at the moment.
Will, any more questions? We're in the 84th minute. Tottenham badly need a goal. Come on. Oh!
That's a red card.
Is that a late challenge there from Tammy Abraham?
Should he be on the pitch, though?
Oh, red card, Joe says, for... Dave says red card. So you think it's a red card for Tammy Abraham? That's interesting. Will, let's get your questions, mate.
Yeah, sorry, Clint. Wants people asking about Ollie Watkins. He's just scored for Brentford again.
Good player. I've said it many
3-2 or
times.
2-2?
He's a 2-2. He'll be a Premier League player. Regardless.
Played with him down at Exeter.
Regardless if he goes regardless if Brentford go up, then he'll stay with Brentford because he's happy there. But if not, a Premier League club will.
Oh, dear, that is fantastic.
He's a really good player. He's exciting, and he scored over 20 goals. And he's been a number 9
today, by the way.
Good player.
Spurs need a goal soon. Come on.
Here we go. Yeah.
How is that not a free kick? Yeah. That is the worst so far. There is no way that is not a free kick.
Lamella's done all right, you know.
Yes, Tammy.
Just so you know, guys, I'm very much Team Spurs now, just for the content.
Too late.
Too late, bro.
Come on, Clint. You know I'm good for
I want to see it. I want to see Will Brazier off his seat.
What a ball. Well, Rhys James reads the game well, you know. Good defender.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So is that not a booking then?
Really
diving?
do like you, but
if that's not a free kick, is that not booking for diving?
I don't know, mate.
Yeah, but he might have touched him.
Move the ball, Tottenham. He's too tight.
There's no obvious error.
Whip out there.
Look today, Smith, so don't push it.
Hey, Tammy, come
That's
on,
good defending,
bro.
Good defending from Vertonghen there, yeah.
Right, if we get a goal before 90 and then just ping it long. Get Llorente on, he's still here, obviously.
Oh, please. Nothing's sticking up top, man.
You'd love a little Llorente now, wouldn't you?
She left Giroud on, man.
Fellaini.
I don't know, mate. But he
hasn't played a 90 minutes in how long?
The thing is, he's a proper focal point for an attack.
Yeah.
Like everyone knows how to play with him.
Clinton, is this a real worry for Spurs for the rest of the season? Because we've watched 2 games now, RB Leipzig, and I think RB Leipzig were the better team against Spurs. I think Chelsea were the better team against Spurs as well. But there's not been a lot in either games, and Tottenham have had chances in both games that have fallen to players that aren't playing as strikers.
I agree.
Is this a real worry for the whole season that they're going to have this problem?
Oh, nice.
For the rest of the season?
Yeah, I said it. As soon as Son got injured, I can't see where the goals are coming from.
Right, he's
I
there.
literally can't see where they're coming from.
What's that?
I can see good play up into the penalty box and that, but
on him!
It's putting a ball in there, and that's going to be a big struggle for Tottenham.
How's he getting after?
You're already missing Harry. Be difficult. I don't think RB Leipzig they'll get anything. It's a hard place to go. RB Leipzig the other night was first class.
They look brilliant. As much as Spurs are bad, they look brilliant.
How good was the young boy Ampadu?
Yeah,
How good was he?
He was a baller.
He strode for it.
I still think, though, I don't know if it's because Spurs played a lot of... They got obviously quite far last year in the Champions League, but I still think it's a winnable tie.
It is winnable, definitely.
With Kane and Son and everyone.
With Kane and Son, we definitely...
Like you said, I can't see how we overturn that with the players out we've got.
Well, so when you got in the away leg, you have to buy 2, right? Because they got one.
They got one away goal, yeah. But it was the same as Ajax for 1-0 up against the first leg. And everyone said,
look what happened.
When everyone said there's no way it won't be an Ajax-Barcelona final.
That was a great night, wasn't it? I was going mad.
I was there. Wow, best game I've ever been to. Unbelievable.
Why not?
You're in Barcelona, weren't you?
I was in Barcelona. I booked a holiday that week and just saw 3 games that week.
Crazy both semi-finals.
Oh, wow.
What?
Stockley Park have just admitted that they got the decision wrong and it should have been a red card.
Stockley Park?
Yeah.
Wow.
So the interesting thing is are there any...
Is he going to be...
Nah, that can't happen.
Surely he's going to get a ban after.
No, you can't.
Once you didn't make the decision before, you can't do it.
Wow.
Because it's not like it's an elbow, like where you can...
Can I ask you a question? As a player, if you're in Chelsea's shoes now, it looks like it hasn't made any difference because there's 2 minutes left, Chelsea winning, but bizarrely, obviously we want the right decisions to be made. Are you glad if you hear a ref, Stockley Park VR, whoever, do you like it if they come and go, we've made a mistake? Yeah, or does that frustrate you more that they have made a mistake?
No, you respect it because it's not hindered anything on the game, so you do respect it.
Come on, Lamella. Got to shoot and got to test the key.
Oh, yes! Come on! Get that ball! Come on! Get the ball! Come on!
I'm not going to lie, it's not the best goal we've ever seen from Tottenham, but we will take it.
The only way we're going to score is an own goal. Deflection.
We will take it, Clinton Morrison.
Yes, we will. Oh. There's got to be 4 or 5 minutes of injury time. It's
2-1 now. Tottenham with the goal.
Lucas
Eric Lamella, who's done well again since coming on.
That's what I mean. You got to start him. All right, so lucky. It's fortunate. He's trying to cross it for Ali, but we'll take that.
Oh, Clinton Morrison-esque. Ricochet into the back of the net.
He's not showing me no respect there,
No, I'm joking.
You're right, though.
Sam, you were giving it large earlier. We haven't heard from you. What's going on?
No, it's all right, but that's a silly goal to concede.
It's lucky, man.
It's 2-1.
Are you concerned, Sam, that Chelsea might throw away this 2-goal lead?
I want to see when this board goes up.
Yeah, I need to know how many minutes.
Sam is worried, isn't he?
Yeah, Smithy's come alive.
Well, we lose, we're 2-0.
What the hell?
Come on. Punish him! Punish him!
Oh, my God.
Oh! No!
Sam, I can confirm there is 9 minutes additional to... I'm joking. Look at his face!
He looks nervous.
I had him on toast there.
No.
Come on, Spurs!
I reckon Billy's fired because of how much things
I thought that there's been a lot of stoppages, a lot of substitutions.
Reviews.
William, you got to be helping out.
Oh, wow. Will, you are going scoring, cheering if Tottenham score.
Come on, William. You're fresh. Both of you are fresh.
You can put me through the table, Smith, if you want.
So, how many minutes left?
Right, let's go to the stream. What are people saying, Will, in the battle for top 4? Last 5 minutes. Get your predictions in on the stream. Big last 5 minutes in the race for Champions League in this game. Can Tottenham pull it back from this 2-goal deficit?
Forward, Harry, man.
Thank you. Hold it. Ref.
No.
Thank you. Take your time, lads. Take your time.
Harry Winks, you got to go forward, mate. You can't keep going sideways. Go forward.
A lot of people just reacting to this news that from, I'm reading it from Jay Humphries here, that Stockley Park have admitted the decision was wrong and so should have been sent off.
There will be a minimum of 4 minutes additional time.
It's not going to be enough, Smith.
No, it won't be enough, I don't think.
But people will create another chance in that 4 minutes. It's just, can they take it? You always say on the touchline, the manager will always say you'll get one more chance, but can you put it away?
Well, if Kane or Son was on potentially.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with you.
That is filthy.
I think he was one.
That's good play.
I know he was.
Should you go corner?
I foul him!
Mount's been excellent.
Go on, Mount.
Just keep it.
Oh!
How good is Mount?
There we go. Lot of 3-1s coming in.
Spurs.
Lot of 2-2s coming in. Chelsea, Henry.
This is your chance, lads.
Lamella.
Well played. Get there. Win it. Well played.
Lucas says, I'm a United fan, so I need it to be 2-2. Very good point.
Dave, do you not want, as an Arsenal fan, a 2-2? Is that not the perfect result?
No.
But then you might finish above us for the first time in years.
Oh.
It's all right. We'll end up with more trophies, so...
He's offside, man.
Offside.
Play on. The ball off him.
He's getting the ball away.
Smart,
Yellow
William!
card.
And he's pushed him as well,
Get your score predictions in. Let us know what you think. We're in the 92nd minute.
Alex Crowley has said 3-2 Tottenham.
I don't think that'll happen.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine the scenes?
Can imagine
the scenes.
Alex,
let's
be serious.
We'd be through to next door.
Tell Alex to be serious.
Serious game.
Will Spurs What do you think, Clinton? This
I
time
can't see it, mate. I can't see it.
But it's such a Spurs have been so jammy recently, man. I wouldn't. Yes,
you
have been so lucky.
You earn your own luck in football.
More injuries than anyone.
You earn your own luck in football, Smithy. I'm not having that.
Lewis Mobile says, I'm a Sheffield United fan and I need Chelsea to win. That's how much their expectations.
Play the ball quicker to him.
Infinity Squad, I'm a Leicester fan and I want to draw.
Oh,
everyone
Infinity and beyond. Let's go.
Right, Dele Alli makes a good
time wasting. Come on, how long?
Oh, big kick!
Ref, you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, you are. He didn't do that, he just ducked his head.
Take it to the corner flag.
Go, and just stay there. Go.
1 minute, yeah.
Good lad.
Good play, making him commit.
Not great.
Come on,
box him.
Come on, Spurs.
1
minute left. There's going to be one chance
they look
at
tired.
best for Tottenham here.
You've got about 30 seconds, lads.
No foul.
Got to get out the pitch. Ref,
No foul.
isn't it?
Yes.
Stupid.
Now just take it to...
That's stupid from a long time.
Everyone up now.
Ref, the ball's rolling.
VAR on that, mate.
That is clutching like I've never heard before.
VAR on that one.
Go on, Lucas Moura.
Still Winks.
Oh, he should have gone down. He should have gone down there.
He got a free kick if he'd have gone down.
Well, what's Lucas Moura doing? You need a goal and you're there.
Down there.
Run on.
Not that I'm condoning it, but I'm just saying.
How long's he got? How long's he got? It's got to go long now.
There's about 15 seconds left.
Hail Mary, baby.
It's got to go long.
Go long, surely.
On him. Doing.
Send it.
No way.
That is a free kick. How's he not given that? Referee.
That should be booked for diving then, no?
It's all over.
Come on. Come on. Thank you.
The better team won.
I needed that.
Sam is a nervous fan.
I needed that.
He did need that. He's a nervous fan, Sam. We had him there in the last 15 minutes. I think even though we lost, we were the real winners.
Yeah, we are.
I think even though we lost,
we are the real winners.
we won the banter game.
There you go. Celebrate.
Well done, mate.
Yes, sir.
So it has ended 2-1. Chelsea goals from Olivier Giroud. And they've got the second? Alonso with the second, and then an own goal made for a very interesting last few minutes.
Gutted, man.
But Chelsea clinging on at the end.
At least you look drippy, though, man. You look drippy, you know.
I know, yeah, I'm trying.
Wow.
It's a good show, though. I don't get... Yeah, it's football at the end of the day. You know, it's one of those things. I'll be disappointed, but...
Bless you.
In an hour's time, I'll be all right.
And early signs of hay fever for Will Braden. Okay, there, Will?
Yeah, you got to be careful this time.
Hopefully you are okay as well. I do suffer from that, so hopefully he's all right. Right, let's have a look at what it means for the table, shall we? It's a big win at the top of the table.
Woo!
Okay, Chelsea 4 points ahead of Spurs.
Wow. Come on, the Blues.
Sheffield, still a long way to go. Sheffield United, Man United, Wolves, Everton, Arsenal still in the picture. Oh dear, Clinton Morrison.
You know what? Even if Arsenal beat Everton, they're not above us, so I'm happy.
Right,
Dave, Arsenal.
I'm only joking, Dave. I'm only joking. I'm joking.
We've got a decent little run.
You have. I'm joking.
The march is on. Arteta's at the wheel.
See, we're talking. Everyone will be talking about who's going to win the Premier League.
Yeah, we do.
The battle now is who's going to finish fourth. Look how many teams are in it.
Or fifth.
Yeah.
Fourth, fifth, yeah, fifth still
Come on,
available.
mate, it's not that bad.
Same
You're right.
as well.
It is bad. We've just lost 2-1.
Hey, you've had a good Saturday morning. You've been out the house with the lads. Now you have a little afternoon off. And
there we go. Will should go social corner. What
yeah,
saying?
Lots of people coming in. Still 2-2.
You just felt like something was going to happen in the last 2 minutes.
Does that put Chelsea, Sam, in that pole position now?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we're in a good position. Good position, man. And our home record has been poor. Like, to get a win at Stamford Bridge as well is just going to be good for the team, man. It's going to be good for the team spirit. Get some players back in that have been injured as well.
Yeah.
I think we'll be good. I think we'll be good until the end of the season. I'm not trying to jinx it.
Dele Alli didn't come on till about the 75th minute. No attacking threat at all in that game. Surely Jose's got to look himself in the mirror and say, I was wrong today.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell Jose what to do.
If you want me, you tell him now.
He's a serial winner. I'm not going to tell him. He knows what he's doing. But I was surprised Dele Alli didn't come on a lot earlier to change the game. And a lot of people can say, he's not been in good form. He's still a match winner on his day, Dele Alli, and you need all your best players on the pitch at the moment. And Tottenham didn't have all their best players on the pitch, but it's one of those things. You have to move on. Like, the good thing about this game is there's always another game, so you can forget about this game. But it's a devastating loss for Tottenham because I think if Tottenham would have won that, would have gone ahead of Chelsea into the top 4.
Yeah, it would have been huge for the race.
It
the
would,
battle.
yeah.
Let's have a look at the match stats.
needed that.
So the one that matters is Chelsea 2, Tottenham 1. A few bookings, 2 for Spurs, 1 for Chelsea. Chelsea, look at that, 17 attempts to 5, 7 on target to 3. 3 corners for Chelsea. Spurs edging out. But interestingly, Chelsea with a lot more possession in the first half. So Spurs must have had loads more possession in the second half if they've edged it overall. Not a lot in it, of course, but just shows that Spurs did get back into it. 67% possession Spurs had in the second half. So they did get back into it. But again, Clinton didn't really create any clear cuts. I mean, I think we can admit it was a fortunate goal, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were really fortunate with the goal. It was unlucky from Rudiger that he's obviously trying to cross it for Dele Alli, it deflects and goes past Caballero. We can dominate possession, but we're not dominate possession. You've got to dominate possession in the right areas. I think Chelsea were good in the right areas. Outstanding Mason Mount. I thought he was brilliant today. Not been in the team recently, but he probably was the difference maker, him and Olivier Giroud. They had a striker. We didn't have a striker. That was the biggest difference.
Sam, who did you give man of the match to? You said about the 70th minute mark, Mason Mount.
Yeah, I'd say Mason. He played quality. From the first minute, he was on it. I don't think he'd done anything wrong, to be honest.
Played really well in the home leg as well. Home game of that as well.
How you feeling, Smithy, though?
Yeah, you sound really depleted, man. It's all right, man. Don't get you like that.
Listen, you know where we were at the start of this? You know where we were where Pochettino was there?
Go on.
Just think, we're improving, mate. And we've got a lot of big players missing. Not little players,
This is why he should get into management, because if I was playing for him, I'm motivated now.
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say? No, but you know what I'm trying to say,
I'm disappointed because obviously it's, Chelsea have beaten Spurs twice now. I also feel like, although I did think Chelsea deserved it, I didn't think either team were brilliant. I feel that there were chances to be had in that game. It feels a bit of an opportunity missed. And I'm just looking at the race for fourth with the injuries. I just think it's going to be quite difficult for Spurs now. But then a lot of teams are struggling.
I was getting into this game thinking that's why I wanted a draw, because I looked, and when you ain't got Son is a big difference.
He's a
because he runs in behind the stretches.
From a Spurs point of view, without a proper you're actually quite easy to play against, and this isn't trying to wind you up.
No, you are.
It's like everything just is in front of the thing.
Don't stretch the pitch, You have to stretch the pitch. Son stretches the pitch.
Do you think now, looking at that, Troy Parrott's got to get a run in of games?
Get Parrott on the blower.
Well, he's got to be on the bench at least. Come on and make. You could have brought him on for the last 10 minutes there and tried to make a difference.
He looks flawless, doesn't he? Every clip we've seen of him, he looks.
I don't get that way. You say, you're too young to play. Nah, if you're whatever age you are, if you're good enough, your time is there. Be pushed in. I'm just disappointed that he's not been given a chance. There's no other attacking players. It's all midfielders on the bench or defenders.
And he's an out-and-out striker.
Exactly, he wants to score goals.
Yeah. Will, let's go back to you. Take some questions. What are people saying?
Social corner absolutely blown up. Twitter is awash with people just absolutely outraged about the VAR decision.
Yeah, go on. Just clarify exactly what happened on the pitch and in VAR for us. So just joining.
Lo Celso went in for a 50-50, decided to stamp on Cesar Azpilicueta. Clear stamp, all of us called it in here, even the Spurs fans. Went to VAR. It wasn't given. Initially, VAR came out with a statement and said he had nowhere else to put his leg. That was from VAR at Stockley Park. And then Stockley Park again have come out and said we spoke to Stockley Park and they've admitted they got the decision wrong.
So both of those statements are from Stockley Park?
Yeah.
How does that make sense? Who said the first statement and who said it? Is it...
One, they need a new PR department. Two, they probably need a better referee down there. But your reaction to that, gents?
What do you make of that, Clinton?
It's strange. I don't mind them coming out and saying they've made a mistake, but that could have ended up come back and costing Chelsea. Imagine Lo Celso scores the equaliser.
Lo Celso to equalise.
So imagine he scores the equaliser and you drop points.
And then he rips off his shirt and he shouldn't be on the Park t-shirt.
They've made a few. I think they've made a few bad errors recently. The Harry Maguire one, that was a sending off. Yeah. That was definitely a sending off. He didn't get none. That is a big decision. You can see me being a Tottenham fan, Lo Celso, he definitely does catch Azpilicueta. He might not intentionally wanted to do it, but it looks like he's put his leg there.
Yeah, I mean, none of us sat here know if he intentionally meant it. Only he knows if he's meant it or not. We can't say if the intent's there, but looking at
the letter of the law, that is a sending off.
Yeah,
that is a red card, 100%.
Yeah. OK, let's have a look at the fixtures today because that is the first of loads of Premier League action. Reminder that Chelsea winning with all 3 points. 2-1 against Spurs. Some huge games. Burnley against Bournemouth. Bournemouth needs to pick up the points. Crystal Palace playing Newcastle. Your former club, Clinton, you'll be cheering them on, no doubt.
They need a win. They do need a win this afternoon.
Yeah, Sheffield United play Brighton. Southampton against Villa. And then Saturday night football, second against third. That'd be a good game, that. Leicester against Man City, 5:30 p.m. Let's look ahead to that game then. Leicester v Man City. Should be a good game, though, shouldn't it?
Oh, big game, massive game. Two good teams. I've been impressed with Brendan Rodgers and Leicester's team this season, but Man City look like to a better form again. Obviously, I like Man City. I think they've got some world-beaters in that team. And the reason they're not challenging Liverpool is because Laporte was injured and they didn't replace Vincent Kompany. They should have gone on board. Well, you don't realise that Laporte's ever going to get an injury like that.
Yeah.
But you definitely need to replace Vincent Kompany, your leader.
Like
they went for Harry Maguire.
maybe.
Yeah, but they went for Harry Maguire. They didn't get him.
Someone like that.
Someone like that. They just need a leader and a rugged defender who wants to defend. But I think Man City will go again next season and they'll be challenging Liverpool. As for Leicester, it's brilliant from Rodgers. I did say at the start of the season they'd finish in the top 4. And wherever they finish, if they qualify for Champions League, it's been a successful season for Leicester.
Great season for Brendan Rodgers. OK, let's start and end the show by talking top 4. Predictions of who we finish. I think we all agree the top 3 is probably going to be Liverpool, Man City and Leicester in that order or a different order. But who do you think is going to finish 4th? And presuming if Man City's ban is upheld and 5th is a Champions League spot, 5th. So 4th and 5th, Will, what are you saying?
Wow. I don't know. I mean, I was looking.
It's tough, isn't it?
I was looking at the last 12 games that everyone's got, and Man United have probably got the best run in terms of fixtures.
Yeah.
But as we know in the Premier League, that's not guaranteed. So I'd probably say Chelsea and Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Do you think Wolves?
If it's that 5th one.
Yeah. OK.
Chelsea 4th, Arsenal 5th.
Arsenal 5th. I think that this is a massive win for Chelsea. Not just points, but I think psychologically as well. I think Lampard spoke about how frustrating he was to lose against Man United again. To beat Tottenham, who are their closest rivals in points, I think that's massive. I agree. I think that is going to see Chelsea 4th now. 5th is so hard to call. My heart says Tottenham because I want them to. My head... I could be Sheffield United, you know.
Yeah, it could be. It could well be. That's a great shot. Don't rule out Sheffield United.
What do you think,
Hard place to go. See, I think Chelsea could do it, but then I still feel that 4th place is up for grabs. I literally can't tell you, but if I had to pick 2, I'd say Chelsea, and then I'd probably go, as you said, Man United's running's easy. I think I'd go Man United. So I just feel like that Bruno Fernandes effect and stuff like that. I like Man United going for it. And Aguero, people look at him and say about that signing, I think he'll do all right for them.
Yeah. OK, Sam, what do you reckon 4th and 5th?
And maybe if Spurs don't get it, Wolves, because I think they'll stay consistent to the end of the season.
I like this guy even more. Spurs 5th.
I don't think United will do it, even though their run is good. They're just too inconsistent.
Yeah. OK. Other factor in that is the Europa League teams. Of course, 3 of those teams, Arsenal, Man United and Wolves in the Europa League, whether that'll have an effect or not as well. Big win for Wolves midweek, by the way. What a goal from Neves as well. What a goal that was. Wow. That is nearly all we have time for on the Football Social, but we are back. The shows come thick and fast, don't they, Dave Jackson?
They do, mate.
This year, and we've got another one. That is next Sunday. The Football Social, Spurs, United, Wolves, all in action there. We've got loads of games to bring you. 1:30, top guests on that one. That'll be on Soccer Rev and Football Daily's YouTube channel. Big thanks to all our guests. Sam, great to have you on the Football Social. Thank you to be on many more. It's always a pleasure. Thanks. Will Brazier, great. And Dave Jackson, I love everything about you. We'll be back next Sunday. See you then. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
Just for me.
Cheers.
Put your foot through it.
Someone shot. Moore with a shot. Shoot. Yo! Clinton, you thought that was in, didn't you? Lucas Moore entered the box.
Yeah! Come on! That's why you start him!
He should be beaten. He's offside. He's offside. He's not offside.
That is why.
Thank you. What, you and Jurgen Klopp fans now?
Oh, it's another yellow!
Has he been booked already?
Oh, is he off?
Has he been booked already? You sack Mourinho?
Well, you're on a wind-up today. You know I'm watching the game like being serious, trying to be, and he's winding
Will's got an invite to a birthday party and suddenly he's different, isn't he? Yeah. You all right, Will?
Yeah, I can never find trousers big enough.
It's got to be the most random comments. I can tell you, short, they are short, aren't they?
They're not that short.
Socks, but like, I can see your socks, mate.
Yeah. Well, that's the stop.
This is a great goal. This is a great goal.
Yes, my glasses fell off the middle. Oh my!
How many more, ref?
What's wrong with
How's he still on the pitch, this clown?
That's why you start him!
Yeah! Come on! Get that ball! Come on! Get the ball! Come on!
Come on! Come on! Thank you.
The better team won.
I needed that.
Sam is a nervous fan.
I needed that.
He did need that. Woo!